lining up a little Ling counter-attack to the third while his army pushes down the middle, continuing to pick off Overlords with those Ravagers. That's such a nice touch to do as well.
Some good files going down here by Figaro. He's able to push a large portion of the army back, but now this is a massive army here for Matt. Roach numbers are just overwhelming here for Matt, and you've got the slightest advantage in numbers to make such a difference, and he's going to start to rebuild this spine crawler again.
He's doing such a good job of keeping everything up, and all these Lings are going down. There's some Banelings.
Wait, that's not a full wall!
No, it's not. There's a gap. There's a gap. Some more Lings coming in, but the Queens and the Roach out now is such a big deal, and GG. The speed on the way now. A lot of Banelings following this behind, but the Roaches are going to keep up the damage. Good target fire on the Banelings, not allowing them in. And now, of course, the surround is there, but the micro of Matt is really, really good.
He just should not have been this aggressive, and now Figaro's going to be in a great position to start killing off Lings in this gold natural right now.
Yeah, exactly right. No, you are 100% right. He was ahead on drones, but the game just doesn't go long enough. Big engagement in the middle here. There's no chance these armies aren't cracking. Wow, that's a brilliant concave for Figaro. Look at the supply, just absolutely melting. Looks like we are just seeing another good concave here by Figaro. Upgrades are exactly the same, but he is surrounded now. The supply of Matt absolutely plummeting. This is bad for Matt.
It'll be a 5-minute final game here. There's no Lings here. Two Queens are not in a great position either.
I think Matt say well done to Figaro. I mean, wow. Those Widow Mines have been absolutely key.
Yeah, the Widow Mine's been connecting really, really well. And all the Banelings there.
That is a lot of Banelings, but they're not going to get much done. Lings and Banelings running in. There's not much here to clean them up.
You have base as well. Yeah. And the natural. Risky as everything.
This is how you do it.
Even jumping into the main base. He's jumping on the production here of Mystic right now.
Building bases right in Mystic's face. These Mutalisks have been so good. Good couple of mine hits on those Mutalisks, and they're all gone. 3 Mutalisks remain. Wow, what a good mine hit. But that is a lot of mines. So
Banelings. Oh my lord.
Yes, that's what you like to see from a Baneling drop. Plus 3 attack. So good. Another Baneling drop here. So he doesn't need that many Ravagers, but they are doing a good job. Bio coming down, but that is a good choke point. Good.
Fade. They just haven't fought all this engagement mode.
Oh, good surround there. Wow. Attack from every single side. Again, the army is mainly Marauders now, so it's going to be good against the Ultimate. Decent SimCity needs to get repair on that planetary before it goes down.
Oh my god.
Mystic doesn't have anything to defend the third base at the moment. Helly's coming in with the marine pressure, but that's a lot of red Ravagers.
There is not enough marines there.
The tank has
the tanks.
Oh, and that's it.
After you BMU.
It's the day.
It's the day. It's the finals, man. We've been waiting for this for so long. EXO is going to be so happy this is over. But to be honest, I'm actually filled with more passion than I was right at the beginning. Now we're in quarantine, like we're all gone like crazy into StarCraft. I know EXO's been going mental. In the past like week or so, he's played like 100 games. And yesterday he dropped a load of MMR,
aren't they?
Like he dropped a load of MMR. He played like 25 games on and dropped a load of MMR. But now it's like a lot of people would have gone, you know what? That's it done for StarCraft. I'm gonna go outside and gonna see the sunshine during this quarantine. But no, EXO sticks with it and he plays another 25 and he went like 23-2 or something like that. Absolute madman. We're all filled with passion. I'm so happy we're here at the finals at last. Mm-hmm. And you know what? We've got that much passion. We've got another big announcement at the end of the stream.
Oof. Even I don't know about this.
You do know about this. I put this in the chat earlier,
This is going to be like one of these little things when we mix it up. It's like, even I don't know. Volt's the only... Never mind.
Oh, right. Okay. You don't know. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah, we'll be announcing more stuff at the end of the stream. And it's going to be amazing. So some really good UKSC2 content coming for you today and in the future for you. So just keep tuned until the end of the stream for sure for that. But first, we've got Matt versus Mystic.
We do indeed. These boys have been very, very patient, waiting for their best of 7 to decide the third and fourth place.
They've been ready since about 10-2.
Yeah, and then obviously later on after this is going to be the final. is going to be Risky versus FIGARO, whatever you want to call it. Either way, it's going to be a great ZVZ, and we've got a ZVT coming up as well. Hopefully going to see all 7 maps. Very similar to the recent GSL final as well. If you know, this is obviously a bit of a higher level.
Finals.
Little bit of a higher level than the GSL final, but you know, we'll cast it as best we can. Looks like these players are eager. They've jumped into the game straight away. Going to see map number 1, which is Everdream. Is the map order the same all through the night now? Is it?
It won't be the same for Risky and.
Okay, but they are going to play all 7 maps.
It's going to be Everdream, Eternal Empire, Simulacrum, Nightshade, Golden Wall, and Zen for Mystic Mat, and we're going to get into quite a, I don't know, I think this is a bit of a Terran favored map. It's quite defensive. You've got a lot, especially for like mech plays, because you got that very close in first 4 or 5 bases. It's really nice. But I think we should start to introduce our players. So falling down the bottom left hand side of the first game of this final night of the UKSC2 League, we have our Blue Zerg. He is Matt.
And spawning in the top right, representing the Terran race, we do have him in the beautiful red. It is Mystic.
You said that Terran race like a Terran, like there was proper pride in your voice there. But
I just love StarCraft.
You're a Zerg, man. Are you rooting for Mystic?
This is the beautiful matchup, though. This is ZVT is the pure matchup. It's my favorite matchup in this entire game. Even if I wasn't a Zerg, it'd still be my favorite matchup. I think it defines StarCraft, this matchup.
You think? I mean, don't tell Risky that, because Risky for a long time has been someone that's hated playing against Terrans. And I hate playing against really happy he's got a Zerg in the finals. Yeah, I think so as well. I think it's the most fun to play, the best to watch, because it is just pure StarCraft. Like you said, it's what defines StarCraft. It's all about that multitasking, all about that decision making. If you can't keep up with your opponents, regardless of which race they are, you do start to fall behind, and you will end up losing. It's one of those great matchups like that. But of course, there are things like mech, but we're not gonna think about mech, especially on such a mech favored map such as Everdream.
Yeah, I always think of this matchup as like a boxing match. So like mech versus Zerg is like the super heavyweights. You know, one big punch and you're out, basically. Whereas sort of ZVT, when it's bio, a little bit of sort of featherweight, you know, light middleweight, you know, lots of little jabs, lots of little sort of slide digs here and there. I really like bio, to be fair, versus Terran, just because versus Zerg, just because of those like multi drops everywhere. And Mystic is really good at that, so I'm hoping to see a little bit of that today.
Oh yeah, if we were looking at that analogy, then yeah, I'd definitely say Mystic is that sort of featherweight on the fly, is all over the place. He's always on his toes, sort of thing, trying to drop his opponent. But when it comes to it, he's really good with those big, heavy pushes. We saw versus Risky. We actually nearly had him in quite a few of these games, even though Risky, the absolute titan that he is. He's really, yeah, a little bit of a pause, but it's cool. It'll give him a bit of time. It gives us a bit more time to talk about the game, to talk about our players. So, but yeah, I mean, like,
oh dear, 1,000 ping.
Oh wow,
that's a lot of ping. There's one thing you don't want more of in this world is ping.
Yeah, it's the problem with this lockdown. Everyone's trying to watch Netflix, and all the bandwidth is gone in the country. It's all in your mum watching Coronation Street on demand.
Yeah. Did you see that guy like on Twitter, like, oh, gamers, you know, be careful about the bandwidth you use. Like, we use megabytes compared to, you know, the thousands of gigabytes that Netflix use. Oh, test. It's like we're in a band recording here.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
A dodgy pub gig. Test. Okay, seems okay. Go. Cool.
Game resumed.
So this is going to be a good third place match, I think. And it's hard to call right now because both these players are really good, and I think their styles are they're gonna work together. I think it's going to be a good game. I hope it goes to 7 maps, but we'll see.
I hope so as well. But I'm sure that Risky and Figaro probably wouldn't like that too much. But you know, I'm going to be a little bit biased, but I'm going to say that I'm a bit of a Matt fan coming out of all of this. I know there's going to be people in the chat because I'm cheering against TSI, the TSI, Team StarCraft Improve, up from the grave. You know, But I've really been impressed with Matt's play, and I think if he had been playing maybe on a better day, he would have been probably in that finals match later on. He would have beaten FIGARO because those first two games so dominating.
Yeah.
And then but FIGARO, he really deserves his place. He constantly fought his way back.
It really felt like FIGARO figured him out as well. Like, honestly, it really did.
Stop
like
with that pun, please,
it did. No, I know it's FIGARO figuring people. Luckily that I got my words out correctly there. That could have ended badly. We do see some Hellions coming in for a little bit of harass, but no, I was just gonna say, I honestly think he figured his style out. He sort of like went for that early aggression when Matt skips the first two lings, so you've always got that ling advantage. Went for those banelings when, you know, Matt was trying to do like a swing around attack. Really, really good play, to be fair. We do see a little bit of sort of scout and aggression from both players, but so far nothing unordinary happening, I don't think.
Well, there's 4 lings out on the map right now. There's going to be 6 now, which is quite greedy coming out to the Terran. Normally you keep maybe 4 at home, just in case the Zerg goes for a bit of a run by, but I don't know. It seems a bit risky out of Mystic, as well as going for this Viking first. Normally go for a Liberator, maybe straight into Banshee, but this is going to delay his tech a little bit, delay his aggression against the Zerg, which means Matt could probably drone up a lot more than Mystic probably wants there. And you can see large amounts of queens. They're able to push away these Hellions very easily.
I think Mystic wants him to drone. I think Mystic doesn't want him to get a count on how many Hellions he's got. I know he's parked that under that Overlord, but you know, there's a couple more being added. So the Lib's going to swing into the main, and these Hellions are just going to pick off either, you know, drones or lings. So it's going to be a 2-pronged attack. And we're about to see if Matt's multitasking and his vision's any good, because as this Lib comes in, if you don't control both bases properly, you can lose a lot of drones here.
Oh yeah, Matt spots it instantly in the main base, but he's not moved his queen into the correct position, just saves it in time. That was a close one. That could have been absolutely disastrous for Matt, as we do see the Hellions try and go into the natural as well, but there's plenty of lings there for Matt. This is a really good hold for him so far.
Yeah, Viking landed.
7 drones so far.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Saves the Viking as well. Does lose the Liberator, so that's not going to come back. He is going to lose the Viking. Hellions again making it in. Good pulls there by Matt. Good surrounds on the Queens. Ling's ready to engage that as well. If I was Mystic here, I'm kind of pulling back now. You don't want to lose. You're just losing Hellions for free at this moment in time, which is never good. They can be used a little bit later if you get an armory or whatnot. But overall, half decent damage by Mystic. You know, keeping Matt honest, keeping him making units. But Matt's just gone straight back to droning, and who can blame him? Probably going to take a 4th soon as well, to be perfectly honest with you, as he does see Mystic taking that 3rd base of his own as well.
I don't really know if Mystic got enough damage done here. He's on a similar worker supply. There are mules as well, but the 3rd base has only just landed now. That saturation isn't going to kick in for another maybe 30 seconds or so while he gets himself sorted. So we do see a good 10 SCVs coming down, the mule hammer landing. But what I'm thinking about for Mystic is going to be the follow-up here, because he's pulled all of his Hellions back. He's lost complete map control. It's now down to Matt to make the plays here, which could be, hey, I'm going to drone to 70, 80 workers, and then keep you back while I'm on Ling Bane, because that's looking like what it's going to be right now. It's going to be melee and carapace upgrades go down, and probably going to see an infestation pit for a hive very, very soon.
Yeah, probably in the next 30-40 seconds or so. The only thing that's got Mystic's got really going for him is that +1/+1 is going to finish a lot sooner, and if he keeps that cycle going, when it gets 3-3, 2-2 is going to be about halfway done, and that's when he can do a load of damage, especially if you're going for this sort of Ling Bane style as well. Doesn't manage to quite catch that Overlord in his vision, so we are going to see a little bit of Bane drop as Marine tank pushes across the map for that 1-1 timing. I love this timing by Terran. If you catch a Zerg opponent, it does so much damage. And I'm just now sort of a little bit reminiscent of those Hellions dying earlier. We're going to see the Bane drop. No, he pulls it just in time, but there's nothing here to engage them. Does waste
really
2
nice
of them. A couple of Marines coming in there as well. Tanks are naked at the back. He's going to pick off the tank here. Good splits against the Banelings, but that's a lot of Bane. Oh, wow, what a good Baneling hit there as well. So Matt,
there's just
really
not enough lings here to clean up. There is enough Banes to kill off these Marines, but you know, this is still
he's going to get the clear up. He's definitely going to get this clear up.
There's still 12 SCVs went down to a Baneling drop, and you know, this push is being pushed away, and Matt's looking in a really good position here. You know, he's got that control. He's going to get his 1-1 nice and securely, and he's going to get that hive down. It might not look like everything's in Matt's favor right now, but once those Ultralisks are out, you know, going into that full dark style, it's going to look a lot better for Matt as he's able to take engagements on Mystic side of the map that he's going to struggle to do here. So we see just little packs of Lings and Banes get cleaned up by tanks because they can barely run away here. They get so much of a boost being on creep, and it's really hard to take a good engagement when you're off that creep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, those Banelings are a lot slower, especially when they're running into tank fire. You just watch your whole Baneling army just basically melt down into nothing. And then when you engage those Marines, they just absolutely shred Lings without that Bane support. Good thing Matt now is caught up in those upgrades, so that's good. They're about even on workers as well, which is really surprising considering how much free time Matt's had to kind of just drone without too much pressure. Some, you know, Marines getting caught in the middle of the map here now. This is where it gets difficult as a Terran, because the Zerg can be pretty much anywhere, anytime, just because of the speed of the units. So he just needs to clear up that creep, which he's doing a really good job of. Take a fourth, defend it, you know, get yourself up to that end game, try to get some drops in. And all the Zerg's got to do right now is just keep swatting away. Just keep swatting away those attacks, keep map control, deny that fourth where he can, and he's going to be in a really good position here.
Yeah, you're right. Matt is on quite a low drone count, which is actually a little bit surprising. For, as you were saying, he has got a lot of freedom, and I'm very surprised he's not taking this rich geyser on his fourth base here. That seems a bit surprising for saying that, you know, it's not being touched at all, and that extra gas is pretty much just free gas because it's the same amount of workers as just one, but you get double the amount.
Ooh, those Banelings just absolutely naked running into that tank fire there, bursting on the Marauder. We just see Lings now, which is not enough to engage this sort of army. We do see a little Ling rim by, but the reinforcement's already there from Matt. They're deciding to go to the third, but I think, yeah, they're absolutely free to do as much damage as they can.
Trap there, because there's nowhere to run there apart from into the bio, and it's all going to get cleaned up. This is looking really good for Mystic here, who's showing that, you know, TVZ really is his best matchup here, and showing that TSI pride a little bit. He's going to take the first map possibly with this big push here. This big 2-2 push as his 2 armor finishes up here. Plenty of mines going down. Good split so far. The Bane shot, the mine shots are massive here.
Yeah, the mines are really going to make the difference here. The mine RNG, if they can get a big clump of Lings or a big clump of Banelings, that can really make the difference. But bad split in there on the Marines, and their mine goes off on a Queen.
The mines are a one though, and this bio, it seems to have evaporated here.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, he does have his 3-3 on the way, but it's going to be a while before he can make a big push like that again. So Matt's really starting to take control here. He's going to start to get Adrenal finished up now, which means it's going to take crazy good engagements here because the attack speed increases so much.
Good. Widow Mine's not burrowed. There's a lot of Lings here. They almost have Adrenal as well, which is a really big upgrade.
So good there by Matt against those Widow Mines. They hit on maybe a couple Lings, but it mostly hits on his bio, and that means that Mystic's Medivacs are nearly out of energy here. Big engagement by these Lings. This is beautiful here. I don't think there's enough bio here, but I missed it.
Nope.
It's getting cleaned up. And there's Vipers out here.
And the Darks as well. I'm just so used to StarCraft, like the Defiler thing. It just doesn't. Vipers don't. I don't see enough Vipers to like learn them. They're Defilers to me. That's all they are. But good Widow Mines popping off here as well.
Exactly.
Blinding, that's it. Yeah.
So
because it works the opposite way to StarCraft 1, which is really weird.
I never really played too much StarCraft 1. It was a game I played as a kid, but never like as I grew up a bit. Not as much as I played StarCraft 2. Oh, these are good Widow Mine shots on those
not too
Medivacs.
bad. But you got to think there's just small groups of bio here, just dying for free against Lings, basically, which is never good. We do see the first Ultralisk on the way now, so that should sort of spur on them.
These Ultralisks just die; they melt away here, as they only have 4 armor.
Yeah, they're not an aggressive unit. They're just not. They're a defensive unit, but they're used aggressively. I don't know why this style is still around.
With that Ultralisk speed upgrade, I think you'll find you are quite wrong there. They
against
fly across the map.
The SimCity. Disagree fully. We do see a great base snipe there. This is exactly what Mystic needs to do to win this game, is keep picking those bases up, keep, production up. When that 3-3 finishes, make sure he's engaging, exchanging units as best he can. He's going for another little base snipe here as well, just a couple of Marauders. Big engagement in the main. Widow Mine shots going off on Ultralisk, which is not great, but not as bad as it could be. Another Blinding Cloud by the Viper there. These two people are really multitasking this about as hard as they can.
They really are, but I think Mystic is really happy with the position it's in. He's got a big army supply lead right now, but there is a big
Doesn't kill the
engagement.
planetary.
No, the siege tank with the saving grace.
Yeah,
oh my good lord.
it is going to go down, obviously, but it'd be nice if the Banelings got it in one, because that's going to be a lot of damage.
Adrenal and the Ultralips here. But this leaves Mystic to
doing?
push in here. There's nothing at home here for Matt.
He's panicked. It had 1 HP.
No, it's still
see
going to
the
burn
big
down.
bio army here. You know, Liberator's going down. Widowmine shots are good. Marines kiting those Ultralists as well. Liberator's sieging up right on top. He's picking everything up. He's killed out all the drones. Matt,
What a beast. I feel like that was a bit of an intra timing there. I mean, he really could have come back there a little bit, but I think it may have been the right call. He was on those equal workers there. Maybe there was a way to come back, but the TSI was too strong in Mystic, and he's going to take game number 1.
Yeah, it was an exciting game. Both players sort of edging out there just a little bit. It seemed like Mystic, even though he didn't do a lot of early damage, definitely felt ahead. There was just not enough harassment from Matt there, I don't think. Let Mystic kind of do what he wants. And then eventually during the mid-game, Mystic kicked it up a gear. Sort of forced Matt to multitask, forced him to sort of keep that drone count nice and low. And again, just really, really good play by both players. This is exactly what I expected from this third place match. So so far so good. Looks like both players are quite eager. Already typing go. We're going to go into Eternal Empire. Exo at the moment is playing Protoss against Volt, so probably not the match people want to see.
I think
but
everyone wants to see
are
that.
lined up now. And race check. Go on, race check.
But yeah, I'm liking Matt's chances though to come back from all this. I think he's a very good player, and I think he didn't quite show his best there. I think given a little bit more time, maybe that was his warm-up game, that maybe he'll start to bring it back, maybe get up in those really high drone counts. But Mystic again is such an aggressive player. Like you were saying, he does a lot of that multitasking, and he just seems to be everywhere against Matt. And he's just killing off drones, killing off really important different structures. But Matt, I think he's got better things to show in game number 2 here.
I hope so, yeah, because I was just really shocked by the fact that Mystic was keeping up with Matt's work account, even though there was no real aggression early on. There was no real reason for Matt's drone count to be that low. So, but we'll see how game 2 comes along. Obviously, Mystic being 1-0 up in this best of 7 at the moment, and he is spawning as the Red Terran in the top right.
Yeah, and spawning down in the bottom left-hand side, currently trailing. He is our Blue Zerg. He is Matt.
And we've got some cheers in chat as well from for both players here. People cheering TSI, which is great, and obviously people cheering for Matt because he's the Enigma. Nobody quite knows who he is. He might not even be real.
He may not be. Matt from Doncaster may not be real.
It's an AI, I'm telling you.
He is. He's actually playing from the London. What's the Google AI called? That one. Dream? I don't remember.
Oh, I don't know.
That one. Is that one?
That one, yeah. That one.
That was the worst put together
what we're talking about.
segue, but hey ho. We're just having fun here, and I think our players will as well. They've been really looking forward to this. We should have had this on Thursday, but I believe it was FIGARO that couldn't quite make it then. So we've moved it here to Sunday, and being in quarantine, we've got all the time in the world.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
how about you?
My life hasn't really changed. As depressing as that is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's like,
sorry. I keep talking about I've
okay,
got free time. No, it's a non-essential worker. We've got all the time in the world. Do I want to get up before 12
most of the time anyway, so this is pretty normal for me.
Fair enough. I'm not judging you. you.
The only thing is, right, I do like sort of MMA and jiu-jitsu. That's the only thing I'm missing out. Because obviously, a bunch of sweaty men in pajamas can't really do this right now, virus.
Yeah, social distancing, you can't really do with that.
Yeah, it's hard to, choke someone social distancing. Unless I'm Darth Vader, which unfortunately I'm not.
Go the way of like Formula One and do it VR or something. VR wrestling.
I'll just go buy a PS4 and get UFC. You know,
There we are. There we are. You
thing.
can see all our problems are solved by video games, and you know.
I've been saying this for years.
Figure that out. As they're gonna earn the big bucks playing StarCraft.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, esports is absolutely thriving. Twitch viewer numbers are through the roof. Also, how to cut your own hair on Google is through the roof. Don't advise doing that.
I need to give it a try, but you know, I live with my mom and she can sort it.
Yeah, you got a few months. That was odd from Mystic losing that Reaper like that. So I'm guessing he's having lag issues again. He really shouldn't have lost it like that. So that's actually quite a big deal. Losing that Reaper really, really early. But we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
That may have been a lag issue, because it looks like we got a Mystic pause again, and that may be down to lag. But still, but yeah, losing that Reaper is quite big, because you lose all vision until, you know, until those next two Hellions are out.
Yeah.
And you know he's got this SCV down that can't see a third base, so he's got no confirmation that he's, you know, going to be a proper macro game, and that's really going to be an issue for Mystic unless he sees a drone come down before it's killed off by these lings. He's going to be, you know, a lot of like, he's going to be questioning a lot. Is there going to be a ling all in? Is going to be a Bane bust? What's going to happen? It could even be a Ling Queen Nidus, you know, throwback to when Nidus was just, they were lubed up and they were just throwing out units. That's all the rate they do now.
What a horrible image that was.
I mean, that's what they were calling it.
Oh, jeez, that's a horrible image. Thank you for that, Volt. That's going to stick with me for a long time. Looks like both players are ready to go back in. So we'll get this game unpaused. Again, losing that Reaper early is a fairly big deal. You lose all the map control, but we'll see how it goes from here. Oh, am I ref? Oh, Mystic's a ref. There we go.
There we
are. We're back in. It's been one of those days today, isn't it? This doesn't want this final to get started.
Yeah, it's build up. We're ironing out the mistakes for the final. So it's not a UKSC2 League stream without any mistakes. We are the NASL stream guys. They're not the sound
What's
guys. What's
being proxied in that top corner?
It's going to be a factory. So it looks like we're going to see Blue Flame Hellions coming out of Mystic here. So we're going to have a second factory. It's going to have a Tech Club and that Blue Flame. We saw this against Risky on this same map as well. And
yeah, I remember.
I'm hoping to see some better, you know, execution here, because before we saw the Hellions come in, then form into Hellbats. I've seen a lot of Koreans do it, where they sit them outside and then run in as Hellbats. They seem to have a lot of success doing that.
Yeah, Matt scouted it. I don't know if he's seen this move before, but that was almost perfect. Just as a factory base, now
it's a very common proxy position. I would have preferred it maybe at the bottom right in this case here, but you know, this is pretty much foiled here by Matt. He's completely taken it out here. And there's going to be a lot of lings running in. Has he cancelled all the Hellions as well?
Oh no!
Oh, this is
things are going to get in.
Really good play here by Matt, because he saw.
This could be getting any damage in.
Yeah, he saw that Mystic was really aggressive with his lings and very greedy, sending them straight across. And here's Matt punishing him for that. This is really good by Matt here.
And the Hellions can't even get back to help either. They're being sort of kited by lings here. Good surrounds there, and again, just transporting back. Viking having to land.
It's just not enough out.
Yeah, he's lost 10 SCVs so far. Hellions finally come back, but there's just only 2 of them. 2 more come out, but they're going to get surrounded. They're already really, really low health here. The Ling's doing such a good job at microing them there. And the Lings are still in the base, and yeah, easy as that.
So yeah, that's what I was talking about, where, you know, losing that week is really big, because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if there's going to be a Ling all in. And, you know, Matt judging that reaction really well. It was a really good choice. Did he check, hey, is there going to be that second factory there for the Hellbats? And then he also knew that Mystic is really greedy with his Hellions, send him out across the map without keeping any at home. And he was just able to punish that in every way perfectly.
Yeah, that was spot on by Matt, you know, seeing that weakness. seeing the Hellions move across the map because he had, you know, no map vision other than that, and just pouncing on it in true Zerg style, just a few lings into your base, and that can be the deciding of that game, to be fair. I mean, it happens all the time. I don't know if, obviously, you play Terran on ladder. How many times have you accidentally left a hole in your wall? All of a sudden, the game's over. 20 lings flood in. It's gone.
I'm not that greedy with my Hellions. I'm not. I'm not like a Mystic, so I don't end up doing that.
Okay, Mr.
So
I'm better than you,
okay,
players.
all right. It's mainly because I've had that happen to me before.
Typical high
It's
masters mistakes.
catastrophic. Game ending. That's why I don't do it. Let me finish my sentence, man. Jeez. Okay, it looks like Mystic is proper lagged out now.
Yeah, this is really bizarre.
This is fun, yeah.
I really don't want this to be like this for Mystic. Yeah, it's oh, he's trying to hotspot. Jesus. That's dedication. Is he on like a laptop in a park somewhere? Like getting his hour outside? He's like, nah, I need to get it now. Like, I have no other time.
Forrest tells me I only have an hour.
Yeah, I'm gonna play this match outside in my garden.
I mean, I would do that though. It's pretty cold at the moment. It's dropped really cold. Like at the start of the quarantine, it was dead warm and nice. It's like dead sunny. But now it's dropped. It was like single digits. It's pretty awful. But I think we should introduce our players, get ourselves straight in there, so we can talk a bit about the other guys. So, spawning at the top left-hand side, representing Team StarCraft Improve. He is currently equal 1-1, unfortunately losing last game. He is our Red Terran. He is Mystic.
And in the bottom right, we do have the beautiful Blue Zerg, the Enigma, the possible AI, Matt. It's such an anticlimactic name, isn't it?
We're going to have a 4-Rex out of Mystic here in game number 1. This is going to be interesting. So this is going to be a really heavy Marine all-in, no bunkers. It's just going to be go on those Marines there. They're going to go straight for the main and try and gun down as much as possible. He needs to win this game with this cheese here.
Yeah, I like this placement as well. Although that Overlord, the second Overlord, does look like it's pathing directly there. However, ooh, this is going to be tight because usually where the 3 racks are is kind of behind that third. So I like the placement here. It's a little bit further out than maybe you'd want, but it might remain hidden here.
Possibly.
Might remain hidden.
I think it's a little too close, but we are going to see Mystic place his first 2 racks really nice and forward to show that, hey, if you scout, this is only a 2 racks. There's nothing to worry about, and then hiding the 3rd and 4th behind, which I think is really clever. This is what a lot of people do, and it's like, it can sometimes get those Zergs that are a bit unfamiliar with this build and catch them off guard, because I think as soon as this hits the third, it's going to, oh, does he actually see it?
No, he doesn't. He didn't see it. He's moving now. Are you getting lag?
Yeah, I'm worried that this is a Mystic lagging out. Yeah, this is Mystic lagging out.
No, not right now, Mystic. Because if you lag now, Matt looks at the replay. This ain't going to work. I don't think he's here, dude.
Maybe? No.
Hotspotting. We need to figure this out. This is an important match. He's not okay. Yeah, we know, Matt. It's all over.
It's all over. Oh,
yeah, I'll tell you what, if Matt looks at this replay, then Mystic cannot possibly do this build. Oh. Are you okay? Is he back? This is going well. This is going really well.
Yeah, no, this is not going well. Yeah, unfortunately, if he doesn't come back, we will have to move on to the finals, and unless they can agree to reschedule, I think we might have to give the walkover to Matt. But that is super unfortunate.
Yeah, that's I mean, that's really unfortunate because I think if that goes unscouted, Mystic wins that quite hands down. But we'll see. We'll never know. We'll never know. I think the best thing to do is probably give Mystic sort of 5 minutes and see if he can see if he can come back and see if we can get this series restarted, because it was gearing up to a really, really good series.
Yeah, I mean, with the 1-1, we're already at that series level. You know, when you have these casters that goes, "Oh, guys, it's a series." You know, when they do that, it's because it just hits 1-1. But can you imagine? Can you imagine that? You know, he starts lagging out as soon as he sees the Overlord, see his barracks, and it's like, oh no, abort.
Yeah.
Let's go for the regame. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Places them somewhere else.
I don't mean to compare these two players, but Maru done something pretty similar and actually pulled back to a macro game in the GSL forum. Just saying, it's possible. But yeah, we'll see what's happening. Probably, obviously, going to try and contact Mystic if he is out and about on his laptop walking his dogs or whatever. Not sure why he's hotspotting in. I assume
you know, he's just that good of a player. He can do it one hand.
Yeah.
No, he's using the mouse,
with a touchpad.
the touchpad
Yeah.
as well. That's what it is.
On like an old 90s IBM ThinkPad or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back. He's back. You want to watch the replay, do you?
Yeah, we need to recover the replay.
Oh, resume from replay. First time I've actually used this feature in a tournament. I'm interested. Okay, players are calling for the go-go. Just keeping an eye on chat as well. Like, there's some odd stuff going on in there.
I'm looking for the Matt name in chat. Is he there? Is he?
Yeah, he's DDoSing.
Is he looking?
Phone.
Is he looking? Oh, I hate how my hair is today. So I wasn't expecting to be on camera that soon, and it's like it's just so flat.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Mine's just like literally mine is growing down to my cheeks now.
Oh, yeah, mine's a bit too long, so it is
to my
just lying
face,
flat. I do need those online haircutting tutorials.
Don't.
That's what it is. Bit short, a bit more strength, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay, we're back in. I am hyped. Let's bring the energy back up. We're resuming from replay. It is going to go back into this free racks build that has remained unscouted. Matt now sending his Overlord over. He does see the SCV coming in. What do you think is going to happen here, Volt? Is he going to pull this off?
No, he's going to scout it. It's a stream cheater. No, sending those SCVs like that is a really clear indication that it is going to be. Oh no, it is going to be 3 racks. I thought it was going to be 4 racks. It seemed very reminiscent, but these. Oh, it's going to go straight for the wall. There's so many drones
being kind of got a little bit distracted by that Overlord there.
A little bit, and that's going to be really big
RNG.
here.
Yeah. He's going to have to rely on some decent RNG here, but he does have a couple more
Matt doesn't get the
coming
SCV.
in.
One of them finished. Nope. And in range of the Spine Crawler as well.
Yep.
Instant cancel. Because you got to remember, those Spine Crawlers, they have 2 armor. But while they're building, 0 armor.
Yeah,
so those Marines are doing 2 extra damage a shot, and that's massive. That's more than enough to kill off that Spine Crawler. And at this point, just due to that micro mistake, he's had to like forfeit this natural. There's no way, not with 5 Marines, is he ever going to recover here. I don't think.
No, and where the bunkers are as well, they're actually able to hit the hatchery because he got them down early enough for the creep not to be there. So they are on creep, but you know, they are able to hit there.
And here was Matt saying, you know, if this doesn't work out, I'm going to have to forfeit. And here he is just on the way to killing off this natural. And it looks like he might take the game as well. As we see his transition, going for that double gas. He's even floating one of the barracks home because at the moment he only needs... You know, he doesn't actually want any more Marines at this point, by the looks of it. He's even sending barracks in. Yeah,
there's no way Lings or Roaches in these smaller numbers can break out here as well. Not with 2 bunkers full of Marines with some SCVs repairing. It looks like he is pulling most of it back now. But still a couple of Marines in those bunkers, going to keep the pressure on, not allow any Lings to run by. And he's just using the barracks to scout, which is, perfectly reasonable thing to do at this point in the game, There's only one thing that can really shoot up, and that's going to take a long time to kill the barracks.
Yeah, and what I really like here is that Matt has no vision at all. He doesn't know the level of commitment that Mystic's putting into this. He could still be putting in Marines for all that Matt knows, but he is going to scout now. Oh no, he's not going to scout. There's no second bunker. He's still just shooting down the first one. He still thinks there's a second one there. And he only knows that there's units in there, but he doesn't know the number. Doesn't know it's just a single Marine. Is he even going to run away? Me, I'll probably try and salvage it as well.
Tactic there by Mystic, you know, keep Matt in his base, because obviously the thing to do right now is Ravager, try to get a bit of damage done, you know, with those corrosive biles. But no, he's even pushing the Overlord out with the barracks as well. That's really, really clever, and he's going to get another Overlord here for free as well.
There's going to be a big counterattack going on.
Yeah, Matt's suffering a lot of damage. The only hope now is to get some damage done with this Ravager Ling, but there's only 3 or 4 Ravagers, 3 Ravagers at the moment, so yeah, and as long as that bunker stays up, Cyclone on the way, that's going to make the difference as well. Plenty of Marines. You could get some damage here, but that's going to be a long time coming with just 3 corrosive biles.
With no Overlord, there's no way that Matt can even attempt to do any sort of harassment, because he's got no high ground vision. He's got nothing to shoot up. He could possibly bile down, you know, these supply depots if he had that vision, but he doesn't have that vision. The Overlord's being killed off. And this is going to be such a good game here for Mystic, because his second base finishes up here. He is going to be on, you know, higher worker count just for quite a bit of time. Then Matt is having to pull away now that the Cyclone's out. He's going to be able to clean all of this up and quite freely take his natural hair. Even being so greedy as to put it down before the orbital's finished.
Yeah, I love just parking the racks on that third base as well. Just forcing the Zerg to, you know, either take that lower third, which is obviously pushed towards the Terran, which is where you kind of want it to be, or, you know, just not be greedy, stay on 2 bases. So Matt's got some decisions to make here, and he's quite far behind at this point in time. Equal worker count though, which is nice. But yeah, I think we're going to see some 2-base lair aggression here. I think that's the only way to go here.
It's looking like a 2-base Spire.
Yeah.
So
that
I
makes
quite
sense.
like this.
Yeah, makes sense.
He's gonna see the extra gas on this natural. He's gonna try and look for the second gas on the natural though, because that's gonna be a really key indicator as to whether it's a 2-base muta or not. All these gases being only on 2 bases is a really big indicator. It's gonna be a 2-base muta. That's gonna give Mystic so much time to figure out a response to this. If he can scout that second gas, if he can start to think, okay, this is 2-base muta. But with that really early stim, well, I would say really early, but the early stim is going to really help him out here versus those mutalisks. Having a good number of Marines with stim, with medevacs out, is really good at fending away those mutalisks. As we saw like way back in the day when 2-base muta was last popular, they brought out the 2-1-1, which is a really good counter to that 2-base muta, and we haven't seen it since because the 2-1-1 is that effective versus mutalisks. We're going to see a similar number of Marines out, similar medevacs out, stim, possibly even combat shields by the time these mutalisks get.
Yeah, it's going to be. This is going to be tough for Matt to do enough damage here. Liberator sieging up as well. Going to pick off some of these drones that are mining gas. Going to get the Queen as well. Barracks does go down, but the amount of damage this Liberator's done. I know it's not a great deal, only 2 drones, but that Queen's going to hurt the production.
He's going to get the Overlord as well.
Yeah,
oh, that's such a big pick-off. Oh, he couldn't have dreamed for better with that. If that had been a Mutalist, it wouldn't have mattered much. But the Overlord, it's just that little... It's actually rebuilding the Overlord. That's pretty big as well, because he's going to get supply block pretty soon. And he is actually supply block now, so there's no more Mutalisks out. That could have been an extra 4 Mutalisks that Overlord could have been. But right now he just does not have the supply. He's rebuilding it now. He's probably going to need another one as well. This is lava. He does not want to spend on Overlords. He wants to spend on Mutalisks. Because Mutalisks in a good number can start to take little trades like Matt's doing now, clumping up his Mutalisks and just picking off individual little units. And if you have those 4 more Mutalisks, this would be so much easier.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, he's going to try and snipe down some of these Marines, maybe pick a medevac or, you know, pick off the reinforcements. But Mystic doing a really good job of keeping his keeping on his toes, making sure those tanks are covered. Marines now going to get a little bit more damage, but Matt doing a really good job of just keeping those Mutalisks out of that death range, which is what you don't want. Mystic doing a really good job here of sieging up, but the bars are going to come down, and they're going to rain death on those tanks. Mutalisks picking off the tank at the back. This is really great control by Matt, and now those Marines don't look too scary to that amount of melee, so he's going to go for the kill here, I think.
Yeah, and the pickoffs are massive, and he can't exactly just pick up and get out of here because this Mutalisk is just going to chase him down.
Yeah, eventually they are going to catch up. As soon as that boost ends, those Mutalisks are actually way faster than Medevacs. Great pick off there. This is actually turning around really well for Matt. I'm really, really shocked.
So, but this is a lot of lava. He's not putting into drones right now. He's only on 37. He is getting his third base saturated, but he's still lacking so many of these drones that he needs to take, you know, consistent long fights because he has to trade more effectively than Mystic does, which is so uncommon for a Zerg. You'll often find Zergs always trading inefficiently compared to a Terran, and Mystic needs to be like losing fights here big time for Matt to be getting back into this game.
Yeah, especially on that drone count.
Yeah, if you have a look at this unit source tab, it's so in favor of Mystic right now. There's a couple technical units going down, but there's so much more being lost by Matt.
Yeah,
the bios are good. The bios are good.
Matt's doing a really good job of being aggressive here, and I think he's going to have to lift off this base. He's going to lose quite a few SCVs, quite a lot of mining time, but again, look at the worker difference here. If Mystic just survives for like another few minutes, that's it. There's no catching up, I don't think. The tank is in siege in a really good place, but the bios are going to push it straight away. I mean, look at this, watch. Bang, tank's gone. Mystic's going to have to hang on hard here.
Back. Mutalisks are so good at splitting up the army, and then Roaches are so good in small numbers compared to Bio. It's only once you start hitting like 1 in 60 supply does Bio start trading really well against Roaches. And Mutalisks are really good at helping split them up. And he's not nowhere near that 160 supply. He's actually only at 100. He's behind in Matt right now. And he's going to try and take this fight. He has got his +1 here, which is going to help, but it's not going to help enough. There's just not enough here for Mystic. And Matt's going to roll into this natural here, killing off so many SCVs. And it looks like he's going to take game 3 here. With those incredible biles.
Yeah, they were absolutely incredible biles. The production here for Mystic, just not enough. He needed a few minutes there, and he would have just carried on pulling ahead. Matt doing a really, really good job at recovering that game, especially from that start. That is incredible.
I didn't actually think he could do it. I was counting him out after that really well done 3 racks. But damn, that was good. That was really good by Matt there, being able to bring it back. Crisis management, top notch.
I'm getting a bigger and bigger Matt fan as this
series goes on. See where I'm coming from now.
I see where you're coming from. I like it.
Yeah, it's doing really well.
Come on, 7 games. I want 7 games.
You want 7 games.
I want 7 games.
These are the guys to give it to you.
Yeah.
They're doing really well this time around. And, you know, Matt's, 2 games away from winning? Mystic's 3. We've got a lot of games to come. So our next map is going to be Nightshade.
Ooh, okay.
I like this map. This is a good map for... Mystic style. It's a very aggressive map. You know, that third base is in a really good position for Terrans who want to push out. Because normally you'd take, you know, the triangular bases. Kind of hard to describe without looking at the map.
I know what you mean, yeah.
But it's got normally you can take those triangular bases. For a Terran, they can take that forward base. It's really easy to defend while being aggressive, and that's what people like Mystic like to take. And they'll do these 3 base all-ins where they go really just ham on like 8 racks without thinking about a 4th base. And they just keep pushing. And Nightshade with a lot of ramps, with a lot of rocks to hide behind, is really good.
Yeah, that's probably Mystic style as well, to be perfectly honest. That sort of, you know, non-stop aggression, you know, pushing. So this is probably a really good map. I think Mystic's going to tie up on this map, but, you know, with Matt's sort of play, you never know. Like, Mystic looked way ahead in that game, way ahead. And then Matt just with, you know, perfect sort of game sense, using those meters perfectly, you know, biles on the tanks, good splitting, you know, good sort of multi-pronged attack on the army, just took it back, and that was really impressive. So, yeah, I hate calling games because I'm usually wrong.
I just think Zerg is OP, guys. You know, we're going to get the Terrans and the Protoss to find it out. Well, the Zerg just reaps all the benefits.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Zerg's okay, you know. It's about time, that's all I'm saying. We had 9 years of being
True,
it's about damn time we had Zerg champions all.
Whoa, I mean, we all want Maru to win the Super Tournament, and he did.
Yeah, I
thankfully.
did.
Sorry,
to be fair,
spoiler
yeah.
alert, but
I 100% wanted Maru. Because, you know, if a Zerg wins the Super Tournament, everyone's like, Maru wins, or like Terran OP, and then it's funny again.
the win rate of 2/3 Rex is unbeatable. Wait, hang on, we had a 3 Rex right here,
Yeah.
and it didn't win. What
Yeah,
is
well,
going on?
All you gotta do is play up Maru. That's all you gotta do, and you win. It's easy.
So just play
Don't know
on
why
Maru,
everybody doesn't
play
do
on
it.
Maru.
But yeah, 2 base meter is good.
2 base
very
meter is very good, and I know that Razorblader is someone that would definitely attest to that. I think he's gone on and on about how he just cannot cope with 2 base meter. Probably will hate me now for saying that on stream.
There we go. You just
But
given away like how to beat.
I've
Razor.
given away a big strat. All Zergs are going to 2 base meter him now, but on the other hand, that means he's going to improve against 2 base meter.
That's very true. Yeah. Once you've lost to it like 98 times in a row, you'll probably beat it once. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Both players are ready. Let's get this match into Nightshade started. I think. See if Mystic's still hotspotting. See if he bought that upgrade to his Wi-Fi. I don't know what's going on. We need to find out what's happening.
Like, I need to upgrade. I need to upgrade now.
Look, you're
We'll have an
money
engineer
here.
over in the next 7 working days. That's not good enough.
7?
I need
Jeez,
it
what
now.
kind of service level have you got? It's like 70 for me.
Whoa. Just because I live up in the Midlands, we have all the wealth, guys.
Yeah.
Not forgetting about London at all. But hey ho. Moving on swiftly before you gouge
Moving
my
on
eyes out
swiftly,
and ask
probably a good
what
idea.
ISP I have. We have spawning down the bottom right-hand side, currently up 2-1 in this series. He is our blue Zerg, currently teamless. He is Matt.
And in the top left, spawning as the red Terran, we here have TSI's Mystic. So Matt's obviously teamless at the moment. I suspect you might get an offer at some point.
Matt is... He likes
doesn't
being
want
that dark horse, and he likes going alone.
Oh,
But I do need to
no.
interrupt and say that this Overlord is dangerously close.
Yeah, this is not
close
going
to
unscouted.
Everything.
Yeah, I mean, yes, he is like,
He's
oh,
been looking. He has to go for it. He has to commit now.
yeah.
He's
I
actually
think he
gonna
was
pull
coming
back.
down for a third, right?
Yeah, he's gonna have to hide it a little bit, which I really
I mean-
like it. But I don't know if he saw the third SCV. If he saw the third SCV, then he knows there's going to be a 3 or 4 rats here. But the drones have already been pulled, and usually this means game over. But as we saw
RNG
last
time.
time,
It's time to roll the dice on these SCVs. Can they escape?
I don't know, man. Like the drone micro wasn't the greatest like game, and oh my god,
look at that!
is
Look at that
RNG.
RNG! Look at that dice roll
gonna
there.
finish
That
the
rat
first
is gonna
one.
finish.
No way. He's going to finish the first one. He's
Yeah.
going to have that spare SCV for the second barracks. Again, he could barely attack that SCV. Is he going to get it done?
Does get the second one, but it's so close. As soon as that marine pops, obviously the SCV's got free reign, and he's gonna. Oh,
Oh, I didn't actually see.
He wouldn't have seen it,
the
no.
barracks. Oh!
Oh!
No, come
The
on!
SCV
got
down,
it,
and we
you
are
got
going to
it.
see the second racks finish. But obviously now both players are both aware of what each other's up to, and they both know that they know that they know, etc., etc. We do see a drone pull down to the natural as well. A couple of spines being made. This might be a bit of an overreaction, but the pull is quite late. 10 lings on the way as well.
It is only 3 racks, and with the bunker going down, you know,
Yeah.
Matt knows this now, but I think he's very scared because the last game, it went very, very well for him. Look, he's going to
Yeah.
focus on this bunker. He's not going to care about anything else. It's the
Oh.
bunker he wants to get rid of because that's
Yeah.
what cost him nearly the game last time.
Now we're going to see some good stutter step here by the Marines, just killing those Zerglings one by one by one. There's a couple of drones mixed in there as well. The SCV build in the bunker has gone down. There is another SCV here, but those ling count is still, well, it's actually really low now. But once the Queen's out and those spines are at the front, that's it. Aggression over, time to go home. And Matt holds really, really well there.
Yeah, good cancel on the second spine crawler and getting this creep tumor out as well helps get rid of these bunkers. And it gives him more sight as well, so he can see that little bit further into what's going on. And with this spine crawler, there's literally no way that Mystic can break this. The armor is too high, and the DPS is too much, being that, you know, not too many Marines.
Yeah.
But he's going to have to keep sticking with it because he's got nothing at home.
Yeah, there's a
I
lot
see
of
going
lings
down
running
low
to the
ground.
natural here. And these Marines haven't actually caught those lings moving out, I don't think. They're still here. There's no production in the main. And I think these lings might just end the game. If they run up that ramp...
Is he going to lock it off in time? I don't think he can, actually, because
there's nothing there to block off.
Build quickly enough.
Yeah, there's nothing there to block off. So he's definitely going to get the CC cancel. The SCVs probably would have been able to push those lings back eventually. But he could have gone up and got some serious economic damage. Now the... obviously, the depot there is going to block the lings, but there's still nothing to shoot back. So eventually, they are going to nibble through. And these Marines are still quite a far bit from home. No, he's backing off.
The massive number of lings. They're going to get this around. He's not careful. This could be game over here for Mystic.
Yeah, he's not engaging though. He's trying to get the perfect surround, and at the time, he's just move commanding. But there is a lot of lings and not a lot of Marine. So far, there's nothing in the main still producing units. So these lings are going to clean up, and then they're just going to go back to nibbling down that wall.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's ahead here, but you know, with Matt being even further behind last game, and he still managed to bring it back, you know, with that 2-base muter, I'm quite liking this. Quite a lot for Matt.
Yeah, this Marine's not going to get out in time, so he's going to be forced to pull these SCVs. So there's lots of lost mining time, and obviously the repair cost as well. And if he's not careful, that middle depot might go down. No, he's repairing it. That's fine. But a lot of damage. It doesn't look like a lot of damage, but that is a lot of damage. Just from a couple of lings just nibbling down those supply depot walls.
And just pulling away those SCVs is really big as well. You know, it's one of these things about StarCraft is like a commentator, you can easily say, oh, well, he should have kept the lings there or whatever. But, you know, when you are these players, you don't have that perfect information. Like, you know, as a commentator, I can say, oh, I should have kept those lings there because he kept half nearly of Mystic's SCVs that were mining minerals on those supply depots, really reducing his income. But Matt doesn't know that. Matt's just going to lose lings for nothing, and that's his map control gone as well. Yeah, and that's the thing about StarCraft. There's so much knowledge going on, the lack of knowledge as well, that makes such a difference. But coming back onto the game, we are going to see you know, double Hellion production coming out here, and it's going to be very much the same out of Mystic. We're going to see that 2-on-1 follow up here into 3CC. He's been very, very greedy with that, and let's see. Unfortunately,
he's going to run into a Ravager.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of Ravagers out to the back.
Yeah, I keep calling them Ravagers. It's not.
Yeah, I wasn't. I didn't want to say. I don't want to say on stream and go like, stop saying Ravagers. Stop saying Ravagers.
No, seriously.
There's no N in there.
No, there isn't, is there? No, it's Ravager.
Ravager. He's going to ravage.
Someone's got Ravager in my head somewhere, and it doesn't sound right not saying it like Ravager. Unfortunately, he's going to push into Ravagers here, and that's going to do a lot of damage.
I don't know about you, but like to me, like to ravage is a bit of an innuendo. Is it not to Americans? Because if someone's like coming around to ravage you,
oh yeah, no, that's definitely a thing
different, doesn't it? Than to ravage their main base.
Liberator with really good timing here. That's going to stop that aggression with no Overlord seeing that high ground as well.
No, he's not going to save it. He's not going to save the SCV, the depot. This is massive here.
Yeah. But he's going to be pushed down to the low ground, and that's a small number of units. But look at Matt just droning behind this as well. So keeping the aggression on, keeping Mystic in his base, and just picking off SCVs, you know, denying mining time, keeping Mystic in his base. Matt doing really, really well here.
That's a lot of Terran units up there.
Yeah, you don't want to push into that, though.
That's a lot of Terran.
Oh, cross files, just missed. But he's still technically on one base, and that's going to add up over time, especially with Matt on 3. And
yeah, Matt taking the worker lead this time. That's really
not a lot of Terran anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the main beef of that army was these two Marauders. They were the ones doing most of the damage. And when the rest of it peels away, it's still a bit scary.
What?
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 What? What?
What? Matt's
Matt left the game?
Way ahead.
No, I don't think there was any way Matt lost that game.
Matt,
Okay.
That was
Well,
what?
okay. So that brings us 2-2 in our series, I guess. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Golden One
Cool.
is next. Yeah.
Cool, yeah.
Cool.
Is Matt Idra?
What was that map called with the 3 different colors on where this literally happened?
Yep.
Yeah, can hear you. Did our voices go? Oh, it's called Testbug. When Exo was telling us it was called Testbug, we were thinking like, yeah, no, the voice is fine, man. The voice is fine. What are you on about? What are you testing bugs for? But yeah.
Cool. Game number 5. Nothing weird about that last game at all.
Yeah, moving on swiftly. It's 2-2. That's all I've got in my mind to talk about right now. It's 2-2. It's 2-2 BMU.
It is 2-2. Definitely shouldn't be 3-1.
Do we think the Mystic's gonna go 3 Rex again?
I would. Maybe just tilt your opponent into leaving.
Yeah, that was a little bit strange, but I think this is a good map for like taking 3 bases and going straight for the gold. But we do have. Are we going to see another? I don't know what it is. Sending out a really, really early SEV here.
Hmm.
And
should we introduce our players before this basic proxy rack comes down?
Oh, okay. This is just going to it's going to be proxy racks. There's going to be a second and a third one, so we are going to see probably 3 racks again.
And the person 3 racks in the bottom left is the Red Terran Mystic.
Yeah, with that off kilter, we've got to introduce the players. And swapping down the bottom right-hand side, our blue Zerg, he is Matt.
I'm still a little bit shocked.
Tell me about it.
As much as I want to move on from that, it's really affected me.
Is this the 3rd 3 Rex game we've had now?
Yes.
And this is game 5? No.
Yes.
So more than half of the games have been 3 Rex, right?
Yes.
Are we watching Maru versus Idra here? Is that what we're doing here?
What a reference. We'll see. Still hasn't. That Overlord didn't scout him.
He does see the SEV.
He's just seen the SEV. Yeah, he's seen it. He knows. Yeah, now it's Overlord. He knows what's coming. Bunker down right next to the hatchery.
He can even see the bunker with his hatchery. He knows what's going on, but
yeah.
At this point, I think the map, like Mystic, wants to show Matt that he's bunker rushing.
Here we go. Let's roll the dice. That Marine is there. It's going to need some stutter step, and the drones are going out. He's have to pull a lot of drones. 9 drones being pulled, and we're going to see the RNG on that SCV. Let's roll the dice. Oh my
He gets
god!
it up! He gets it up!
Oh my god! I can't believe that's gone out.
Well,
and he's killing so many drones here. I mean, if Matt's going to GG in that position, he might just GG now, especially when the Marines get in.
Oh no, these drones can't get back home though. They're all essentially dead.
Wow, Ling's coming out now. They are going to clean up these last couple of Marines, but yeah.
Matt's 1 game away from elimination right now. Yeah, this is not what I expected. Well, yeah, you know how we were saying the previous things, like the scores don't represent the players or anything, or the games. But damn, Matt's games aren't representing his skill. This is scary here for Matt. I feel like he might be on the tilt train right now.
I'm thinking Mystics watched the GSL finals and gone, I can do that.
it just works. It just seems to it's like I'm playing at 2 o'clock in the morning on ladder. It's like it's just cheese. It's just cheese and Smurfs right now. That's what it feels like right now.
Yeah. But I'm just gonna get my card out so I can buy another account to play Terran on, and I'll see you in a week on Grandmaster. Yeah.
Yeah. See you then. See you then.
I don't know what I'm gonna do versus TVT or TVP, but TVT I've got this in the bag, 100%. That's enough to carry me through, isn't it?
Oh yeah. So Zen is going to be our 6th map, and then that leaves us Purity and Industry as the last map.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So the issue with that is, if Matt wins this game, he then has to play a Terran favored map last. I think there's no dispute that it is a Terran favored map, and you could say that Zen is a Terran favored map as well. It's worrying. It's worrying. I do feel for Matt. I really do genuinely want him to win. He is my favorite. Even though I'm cheering against my race, I want the Matt. I want the Matt to win. I don't know about you. You want the Mystic to win. I could feel it in game 1.
Do you know what? Like, I don't know. I like Matt, but I think Mystic is actually deserving of this win a little bit more.
Oh, deserving of wins.
Deserving.
That's a touchy subject. That is
a touchy.
Whenever you say, "Oh, he deserved to win," it's in. I never think that's ever genuine.
So where do you think? Yeah, where do you think Mystic's gonna proxy Rax this time?
Oh, jeez.
I mean, look at the SCV. Like, am I wrong?
Oh my god! I literally have my palm in my face right now. This is.
No.
Mystic has his kryptonite, you know, he's got his number right now. He's gonna why wouldn't you though? Why wouldn't you? If this works again, you've just won yourself to like 30 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at least 35 quid. More than you would have had as 4th place.
Look at that first overlord as well. Look at the pathing on the first overlord.
He scouted it last time, didn't he? He scouted last time.
That first overlord goes to the natural. Yeah,
he's actually gonna pull that way as well.
Because I think it's going to miss it. Yeah, look at the pathing on the Overlord. It's not quite right. So,
he's clicking. He's getting nearer. If he doesn't adjust that path, he's going to see those barracks.
I've got his vision right now. He's not going to see it. He didn't see it.
Matt, please! Do it. No, Matt! It's the wrong way! Turn back, Matt! Turn back! Matt's turning back. He's heard me. He's heard me through the stream delay.
Anyway,
Matt,
the person
the other way.
Racked in the red Zerg in the bottom left-hand corner, we do have Matt in the top right, the one who's proxy raxing yet again. It's a blue Terran representing TSI Mystic. Matt has still not scouted this. This could be This could be it.
This is the big difference. So this is going to be bunkers down. It's going to look a lot like the 3 racks.
It's
going to be considerably less Marines. And this is going to be a full wall off here with the bunkers.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And there is going to be gas behind this. There's going to be...
Again, we're going to roll the SCV. Oh, look at him! He's pulled everything. He's so tilted right now. He's literally all of his drones there to fight. But the SCV RNG again in Mystic's favor. He's rolling that dice, and this is going to be a bit of a dicey situation. Sorry.
I really feel for that right now. This is...
Yeah.
When you think of, like, yeah, it's a 3rd place match, you think of, like, really good, like, macro games. Especially when you're practicing against a guy like Mystic, who's, like, you know, he is that sort of macro guy. We saw one macro game. We saw it on Everdream. The other ones have been 10-minute games, if not less. Yeah. And it doesn't look like this one's going to go much longer, but we are going to see 3 spine crawlers, which is really going to help him here. And I think he can hold this off with those spines. And Matt's not going to be in a bad position here. He just needs to unroot these and get them, you know, out of range of those bunkers, but still in range for the spine crawlers. But
there is obviously two bunkers full of Marines here, you know, barreling down on that.
The positions are right.
No, they're not. I think he's just going for it.
He's actually going to lose
start wailing down.
Spine crawlers if he's not careful.
He's going to lose a lot of lanes here, though. He's just throwing them at this bunker. The other bunker still does stand. There's not enough here from Matt to push this back, so it is going to stay up. That obviously spine crawl is just out of range, but the Marines are going to come in and they're going to finish it off. He's pulled it up. He's uprooted. That Queen's got no HP. The Marines are just raining down death onto this static defense, and again the drones are being pulled, but there's just not enough here. The DPS of those Marines and that bunker is probably going to survive this, in all honesty, if not be gaining the damage, and that's it. Mystic takes this 4-2.
Matt! Oh no! Oh, I'm not even hiding my bias anymore. I wanted Matt to win.
The win rate of 2 or 3 no, I won't do it.
Oh no.
I mean, what made that little switch go off in Mystic's head where he's just gone, I'm just going to do this to you every game? You're going to scout it, and I don't care. I'm just going to do it every game.
Oh. Yeah, that's sad. I think
Congratulations, Mystic, on your 3rd place placement of the
Oh
UK.
shit, yeah, we're meant to be hyped, dude. Yeah. Well done.
Congratulations. And
I don't even know how to be hyped right now. I'm really, really happy for Mystic, though. I'm glad that Taran won it, but
yeah.
Damn, I really feel for Matt here. He had such a storied sort of entrance into the UKSC2 League, and damn, nobody expected him to go out like that.
No. But yeah, big well done to both players. You know, Matt finishing 4th there, Mystic finishing 3rd, and considering how stacked these groups were to begin with, that's an incredible placement here. But we are on to our grand final, and there's no racial biases here. It's Zerg versus...
Oh my god, yeah. It's Zerg versus Zerg
You can't proxy Rax in this matchup.
You can proxy Hatch. But yeah, seriously, well done to Mystic. He really did deserve his victory over Matt there. He'd been trying really hard, and since he's come back, he's been playing really, really well. And we all saw that at Epic LAN. Did you cast any of the Mystic series at Epic LAN?
I cast a lot of games at Epic LAN.
Casted a lot of games. Surely you remember who you casted.
Yeah, I remember every matchup down to the detail. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Don't know.
I just don't know. Talking of Epic LAN, the winner of the most recent Epic LAN is in this matchup.
Yeah. And surprisingly, it's not a risky Razorblader finals. It's a risky FIGARO finals. And FIGARO is not someone that normally finishes too high at Epic LANs. I think his highest was 3rd. I think he's got 3 thirds. 2 of them against Razorbladers. He lost that 3rd match too. And like in recent times, it's not like done the best at Epic LANs, but he's always been that really top player. But it's always been, you know, pushed away by, you know, the really good players. We're talking like last LAN it was Razorblader again, and it'll be like Risky, Gamer Richie a lot of times as well. But Risky, Razorblader, excuse me, Gamer Richie and FIGARO have quite a storied history, should we say? Yeah.
There's a lot of could be's in this final. A lot of should be's, shall I say, as well.
A lot of should be's.
Yeah. This is going to be a really interesting final. ZVZ is one of those matchups that often the better Zerg will win, but sometimes like a decent Baneling hit, or you take your eyes off your army for like 5 seconds and can be all over, you know. Or, you know, sometimes it's tech choices as well. Sometimes you're literally going, right, I'm going to prepare this, you know, this big roach push, and all of a sudden there's 20 meters left in your base. Oh dear, never mind. GG.
Literally. It's quite scary.
Yeah, it can go both ways, but you know, both these players throughout this tournament just proving how good they are as well. You know, a lot of sort of matchups that we've seen both players ZVZs before. Both players ZVZs looking really, really strong. Risky, obviously, technically the better player in terms of, you know, score sheet, win rate, you know, tournament experience, etc., etc. But again, it's ZVZ. Anything can happen.
You say that, yeah, for sure. And Risky has always said for a long time, like if you look way back to like the Nation Wars interview,
yeah,
it was FIGARO is probably the scariest person that I could meet, scarier than Razorblade or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And this is that matchup I think everyone's been waiting for in the finals. I think these two, because they're quite close-knit. Risky was the former coach of TSI, former team captain as well. And FIGARO is one of those TSI lots as well. And they're always talking. They're very good friends. I think Risky's put down FIGARO as his manager once or twice as well, in little tweets and everything. So it's like they are very good friends and they know each other inside out. And this is going to be a very...
I'm excited. This is going to be a good match.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to say the least.
We're not going to have 5 games in a row ending in 3 minutes. Maybe. Hopefully not.
Maybe
they both just like 12 pulls drone pull every game. And we just come down to like drone micro in the middle of the map. That'd be interesting. I mean, interesting is a very complicated word in that situation, but it makes for good streaming. It means I can go to bed by 9 o'clock as well, which is nice. There's all this quarantine has got me tired, man.
I think so, yeah. And Risky's just put in the party chat that he predicts 4-0 for FIGARO. I should say FIGARO. I did actually Google how to say the name because it comes from some ancient legend or something, like the death of Figaro or something. I think it does actually mean something. It might be it's the Barber of Seville. Don't know. I think that's what he is. It's a very old play. I think it might be French. I believe it's French. And I think FIGARO is one of those people that probably would have taken that sort of inspiration from that.
Yeah.
So we're just going to be wasting 2 minutes.
I'll follow you on that one, mate. Not a clue.
Not a clue, but...
Not a clue. Nah, don't need to. Don't need to know stuff like that. I'll just pronounce things how I want to pronounce them. It's certainly well so far.
FIGARO. I've always called it FIGARO. It's like me calling Razorblade a Razor.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in this community, isn't there? There's like, who are you casting? This guy? I don't know his ID. Oh, no, sorry, no, that's not his ID. It's his name. Yeah. Just waiting for the players to get in and ready up. Risky's already waiting. And FIGARO said he'd be here in just a second. So what's the first map? Where are we going?
The first map will be Nightshade, Golden Wall, Eternal Empire,
Golden Wall
Zen,
second.
Everdream, Simulacrum, then Purity and Industry. Everyone hates Purity Industry. It's always map 7.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the Golden Wall game. That should be interesting. There's a lot of weird stuff that can do.
Do you remember Matt versus FIGARO?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was
a good match.
That was a good match. I think Matt could have won that and taken the series 3-0 and be playing Risky here. Because I think Matt's best matchup is, in fact, that ZVZ. And he would have probably maybe taken down Risky, and that's the match I really want to see, to be honest.
That's a claim.
You know, if we're going to do some, some show matches over the quarantine period, I think we're going to have a Matt versus Risky one. That'll be a fun one. As well as maybe a Razorblade, a Gamer Richie, the classic. Johnny Rico, Asta. You know, those are some
good grudge matches that can happen.
Yeah, but I think Asta has sufficiently scared away Johnny Rico that he may never took the game again, or at least not for another 6 years. Or 8 years, maybe. Oh god, it's 8 years.
I'm just reading chat. You've given some really elaborate, beautiful answer as to what his name means. And then he just goes, yeah, I'm named after a meme car.
Named after the Nissan FIGARO. Beautiful. Best
he's my champion.
I need to Google what this looks like. Oh my god, Nissan...
Oh no.
Oh my god. That's awful. That is a meme car, you are right.
That is a meme car.
That's so good. That's so good. That's awful in every way. Holy shit, that's beautiful.
I can see Exo Googling it on the screen. Yeah, that is...
No.
I really don't care who wins this now. FIGARO is my champion. 100%.
Figaro your champion.
He is, yeah. But they are ready. Let's get into this game. It's a best of 7. It's going to decide who is the best player in the UK.
Wow, that's a good way of putting it. I did forget that this
Facts.
is the finals, and now you brought it back down to me. Yes, this will decide.
Back down to earth, away from that horrible car. You're back into StarCraft.
Literally,
2020.
the first... Oh, don't remind me of the car. But yeah, it's gonna be away from the Nissan Figaro. But oh my god, I just can't get out of my head now. It is just the Nissan Figaro, and he's representing TSI, and he is down in the bottom right, red.
And currently not making drones in the top left-hand side is the Blue Zerg Risky. I think we're going to see a 12. Oh, we do see a 12 pull. Look at that. How genius am I? Didn't see him making drones. 12 pull. I predicted this. 12
This
pull
finals
every
is
game.
going to be
Bang, bang,
awful
bang.
in every way. BMU, this final is going to be awful.
No, it's not. It's going to be
It's going to
amazing.
be shitter upon shitter, man. This is just going to be awful. 12 pull game number 1 out of Risky. I think he's quite scared, to be honest, about Figaro, because normally if you're the high level player, you'll often just go to a macro game because you're less likely to make mistakes. Or, on the other hand, you could cheese like Risky's doing now, because it will force out maybe the incorrect mistake.
drone pull? Do you reckon we're going to see the drone pull or just a 12 pull?
Nah. No, not with this singular drone moving down, no. Pull.
No, he's going for the hatch by the looks of it. Yeah. So it's just going to be the 12 pull pressure. Not going to use the C word here. Because, you know, Zergs don't do that. It's all legitimate gameplay.
The C word?
Cheese.
Oh. Exactly, it's all dedicated.
I wasn't calling someone something.
I was going to say, because that's the first thing that jumped to my head. You know, after the Nissan
You're
Figaro.
filthy.
That's what came into my
That's
head.
a disgusting mind, that is. When you think of that word rather than cheese.
Yeah.
It's just the credits. Yeah, we don't see a gas from FIGARO here as well, and the Lings are going to come in. The pool's just about finished though, so with just a little bit of patience, he is going to absolutely deflect this without too much damage or too many problems.
That's a lot of drones being pulled right now though, and very early as well. Is he just looking to save this single pair of Lings down the low ground here?
Yeah, you don't want them to get surrounded because that way those 6 to 8 Lings do way more damage than they should. But he's just chasing around here, and looks like he's going to split into a gauge. But look at the amount of mining time.
He slips away.
Lost. Yeah.
Oh,
the
this
amount
is
of mining
awful
time
for Figaro.
Yeah, just losing so much mining time. Now these Lings are going to take damage as well. Risky's Lings perfectly healthy, but he doesn't want to do that. He just wants to slip out again now, save these Lings as much as possible now that the Queen's out as well. FIGARO looking for the surround. Risky's figured out that he actually has more Lings, but the Queen's going to ping down. He's going to go for the scout, and I think that's the end of all this aggression straight away.
Yeah, he's going to scout that there's no gas, and there's no gas on Risky's half either, so both players are quite happy just to go, hey, I'm just going to go straight up slow Lens. We're going to go into probably Roaches here as we get 2 more gases down the natural for Figaro, and it's going to be the same out of Risky as well. We're just going to see Roach play out of both of these players, but Risky with the drone lead at the moment. Just a little bit. As we see these next 3 pop, we're going to see a little bit of a drone lead out of Risky. Maybe by a couple seconds here and there.
Yeah.
And that
Nice
usually
pick
makes a
on the
difference in these mirror matchups.
Yeah, Risky doing a really good job keeping those Lings alive, just scouting as well. Manages to pick the Overlord off and going straight into a normal Roach build as you would expect. You know, walling up there as well, just to stop any sort of Baneling aggression coming in, any sort of Ling pressure. And we're going to see some big Roach on Roach action here.
Yeah, so the thing to note is that Figaro's runs a lot earlier than Risky's. That doesn't necessarily is going to do any like aggression with it, because slow Roaches are, slow Roaches, they are slow. Keys in the name, but he's going to be able to be a little bit more defensive, but it also means he might fall behind in that drone count there, but he's actually ahead at the moment. I'm not sure as to why. I think that's, I couldn't actually tell you, I'm not a Zerg.
It would just be the
Figaro
Titan on the natural would be 2 or 3 basic lava ahead, just from the timing on the naturals. That's all it would be. So it'd just be a couple of lava ahead.
It's perfect. As a Terran player, I forget lava exists.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, why like, creeping lava, you know, stuff. Good blocking there by Risky, just denying any sort of scouts. He does see the Roach Roar and he does see the Evo Chamber researching as well, which is typically the +1 range attack there. You're not really going to go for the melee attack too often in this matchup. Risky going to take the third as well. FIGARO taking his third as well behind that. And again, both players sort of settling into a macro game. As much as sort of craziness of the early game was, it's sort of turning into a perfectly normal ZVZ at this point.
Oh, yeah. For sure. But the thing is, we are going to see a lot sooner third base out of Risky here. And so far, we've not seen one out of FIGARO.
Yeah, sorry, why did he... I missed that. Why did he cancel his third? I swear he went down to take it, and then it's not there.
I was alt-tabbed. to be genuinely honest, I'm not lying. I was alt-tabbed, looking at the chat,
That's
okay?
fine. All we know is...
I realize he sent a drone down there.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure I've seen that. Anyway, Risky's taking his
You can
first.
see that ZVZ is not my expertise.
No, he just
talking
like
on end about TVZ, here we are in ZVZ. No, I don't know. Why doesn't he just make Void Rays? This is
yeah. Like Zerg versus Zerg gets Void Ray. That would actually be a really good unit for Zerg.
But yeah, we're going to see a nice and early Roach speed out of Risky here, and he's going to take his third base behind it. You know, this is quite nice here, because that means that Risky's going to have a lot more mobility a lot earlier. He's going to be able to take engagements that FIGARO can't.
Yeah.
But, you know, Risky being on that earlier third base is going to want to be defensive. He's going to be trying to defend his greed as he takes those extra 6-7 drones there. And he's going to want to defend it with his Roaches and Ravagers with speed as well, and with +1 as well, which is going to make his army very, very good. Both players very good on their upgrades, both getting +2 straight away as well.
Yeah, and another odd thing I've seen as well is FIGARO actually had a Spire building, and I think when Risky scouted it, he stopped it. Obviously, just reinvesting those into Roaches. As you can see, the Roach count vastly different here, 28 to 21 at the moment, and FIGARO is looking to push in both on the equal attack upgrades. Risky's going to have the defenders
concave here by Risky. The move command is strong. It's so strong here. And it looks like he might actually lose his fight straight off the bat here to Risky.
Yeah.
As it looks like there's more Roaches here for Risky right now.
Yeah, there was actually
a blunder here.
Yeah, there was 7 or 8 more Roaches for FIGARO there. The Ravager with the Bile and the Concave, you know, he picked off 3 or 4 Roaches before that engagement even begun, and that's what turned the tide there as well. But yeah, that's the problem with Roach battles. You take your eye off your army for just a second, and all of a sudden, half of it's disappeared. And when it's Zerg versus Zerg, it's so important to keep those Roaches alive as much as possible.
And FIGARO, when he's down in Roaches like this, cannot be trying to throw away his Roaches. Just because 1 or 2 Roaches can make such a difference in these Roach v Roach fights. And the fact that he's kept, you know, did he actually keep any Ravagers alive? Oh no, he didn't.
No, he didn't, no.
But, you know, those Ravagers make a massive deal as well. And when FIGARO is behind in Roaches and has no Ravagers at all, he's going to really struggle to start to bring himself back into these fights. He needs some really perfect concave or catch Risky off guard and out of position. That's the only way that FIGARO can really start to bring himself back into this game here, because it's looking really bad. When you're behind in Workers, when you're behind in Roaches, Risky has the very clear lead here, and being caught out of position here is not what you want as FIGARO here. It's getting some beautiful flanks here on FIGARO right now. It's going to take a great engagement, but FIGARO's +2 weapons is going to finish first. That's going to make those Roaches 1 shot less, more easy to kill there. It doesn't matter because the Roaches have already been cleaned up by then. The fight was already over. That's going to be a GG game number 1 there for Risky.
Yeah, what Exo done a really good job of catching there as well was FIGARO making a little flank of sort of 7 to 8 Roaches up the main ramp into the natural, but Risky'd already split his army perfectly, so he had just enough Roaches to push that back and just enough Roaches to hold off his main attack as well. So Risky just really sort of working on that Overlord vision, seeing exactly where the Roaches were going, prepped for it, macro, you know, on point, perfect. Really done a really good job of pushing them back. As you said, even with the upgrade finishing slightly later, by the time that had actually come into play, it didn't matter anymore. You know, Risky already had like a massive Roach advantage, and we're going to go straight into Golden Wall here, which again, I'm looking forward to because there's so many shenanigans that can happen on this map. So it should be really, really interesting.
Oh yeah, it's such a weird map, and especially for the mirror matchups where you have the same tools available, and having that little bit more with those golden minerals possibly, or splitting with your opponent using those using the lower base. I don't really know how to describe it. Oh.
Yeah, so this map's sort of like weirdly divided, isn't it? It's divided into a top half and a bottom half. So yeah, the lower half of the map is usually off. Most people do eventually get that, or some strategies do depend on sort of going straight for that as your sort of third base. But most people right now are taking that aggressive forward, third base into those gold minerals, and then just producing an absolute metric ton of links, as much as you can possibly get out, essentially. And that's what this matchup has kind of evolved to on this particular map. So I'm interested to see what both players do here, but I'm predicting they're both going to take those early golds.
I think so as well, unless Risky wants to look for maybe a 12 pool again, 14 pool, 15, 14, 14. We'll have to see. As we do start with, I believe it's FIGARO pulling down the bottom right-hand side. He is representing TSI, and he is our red Zerg.
And in the bottom left, directly across from FIGARO, we do have the blue Zerg, which is Risky, currently 1-0 up. And yes, it looks like FIGARO is going for something here. It looks like a hatchery at the gold base. So yeah, straight away, a little bit of a different build here, obviously taking that forward, natural, which could lend itself to the, as I said, higher amount of lings, because you've got a lot more minerals to play with. But also, it's easily attackable as well. So if Risky figures this out, he could just make a ton of lings and just be really, really aggressive. But we'll see how these players sort of fall in the next few minutes.
Yeah,
what's your
sure.
sort of prediction? What do you think about this map, actually? Let's go for that one.
I have a love-hate relationship with the map. Like, you'll love it. Like, yeah, this is a really good map. There's some really good decision-making that happens in the map. And then you'll get cheesed by, like, a double proxy starport, like, behind the... Sorry, Stargate by some Protoss behind the minerals. And it's like, I really hate this map. Because there's nothing you can do about it. It's really difficult to scout. And it's one of those maps that get you completely paranoid, but if you're at ease with this map, it's a really good map. It's such it's a map with so many different avenues about it. You'll go into a stream, like there'll be Lambo's stream, and he'll expand one way, he'll go directly north, and you'll go into a different stream, and it's like, I don't think of any of those streams, but you'll see them go for the lower base. Like you'll see Pig, and he'll go for this lower base here.
Yeah.
And then you watch someone else, and they'll go for the gold first.
Do you know what this
decisions, and there's no right
this map sort of bugs me about?
What's
and
that?
I can't not see it, so sorry. In the bottom of the map, it looks like a chubby cafe.
Oh, I see it. I see it just below
you
the
can't
rocks.
unsee it now.
The
I'm
eyes,
sorry.
isn't it? It's like the little chubby eyes, and then it's the cheek.
Like the nose and the whiskers, yeah. You can't
To
unsee
me,
it.
as a bit of a veteran player now, it reminds me a lot of Newkirk Precinct.
Yeah.
And Newkirk, it had a different name before then as well. Because the layout is very similar when you look at like ignoring the bottom bit. It's a bit like that. But let's focus on the game here as we see FIGARO is actually going to quite easily take the Ling sort of like lead here very soon on, as we do see the gold minerals are being saturated now, fully saturated nearly, and we're going to see a Bane nest down as well. So we're going to see a lot of Lings, like you were saying. But what I'm worried about is he doesn't have any queens out at the moment. He has one on his gold natural, so he's going to really struggle for lava at the moment.
Yeah, and
the
thing is, Risky's kind of spotted that gold base has been taken, so Risky's reacted with a couple of spine crawlers, get the queens in defense as well. And I think that's a full wall.
That is a full wall indeed.
Yeah, nothing's getting out of there for now, and obviously that means that nothing's getting in there either, which obviously lends itself to sort of dissipating the gold base advantage. Where if you're going to make a ton of lings, well, just hit this wall, and that's all that's going to happen. I'm happy with that. So we're probably going to see Risky, I would imagine, expand down into that sort of
yes.
tucked in pocket, or he could go for the 2-base meter.
Very, very true. But with this gold minerals, I wouldn't say the advantage is dissipated, because roaches are a very good unit in ZVZ, and they are very mineral heavy. And they're usually the limiting factor on how many roaches you can get, rather than lava is in the heavy Zerg styles. Because he's going to have a lot of minerals. You can see he's banking about 300, where normally he wouldn't really do that because he's just got so many minerals. He's got so much more income at the moment than he normally would have. Oh, and I like this out of Figaro. He's scouting for his third base. He's seen the complete wall off and it's like, is there a third base down here?
I
And
like
if not,
it.
it's that wall taken down. So I'm actually, we probably are going to see 2 base muta out of Risky as he starts to gain a lot of gas here. He's on 3 gas at the moment. And his lair is finishing up very, very soon. So possibly we're going to see that Spire, as you were saying.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense for what he's kind of reacted to here, but look how far ahead Figaro is going to be in terms of production here. The thing is, again, he's going to be making roaches, and if he doesn't sniff out, you know, the muta, if Risky's is going to do that, but it looks like he's gone for roach speed, so it's just going to be roach v roach, but Figaro is going to be ahead by quite a bit here. Obviously, with the gold base, with the extra gas and the extra hatchery up now, it's going to be hard for Risky to take a full, you know, roach on roach fight. So I'm interested to see what he's going to do here.
Maybe Nidus? No. This is very interesting out of Risky. I'm not sure.
The thing is, even if you Nidus, like, you're going to have to get like a really, really good first engagement, because the amount of roaches that it's just going to stream in against you is going to be really, really high. It looks like he is trying to pick away at those minerals at the bottom here, but that's going to let the lings in. And some Ravagers being Ravager are being made at the natural. So we're going to see, Ravager. So we're going to see. Oh no, he's broke the own wall. So this is going to be interesting. If he fights up that ramp, that's not good. This is how Risky is going to get back in this game. But eventually, the roach count for Figaro is just going to be too high, and he's opened up this back door here, so these lings could get in. There is a spine crawler, but obviously they can just run past that. Looks like he's sending a roach.
I really like this out of Risky, though. He's going to go for a big 2-1 attack here, though.
Yeah.
He's going to keep banking up roaches and ravagers until that 2-1 hits. And what I liked a lot is that he took his +1 carapace and then killed off the Evo chamber. But he's completely out of position for this big attack out of Figaro.
Yeah.
That could have been really bad there for him.
Yeah, Corrosive Bile landing on his own queen there as well. And he just wants to lose. And he's figured out he's actually got more roaches just about, so he can push this back. He has managed to take a third as well. But as I said, that production for Figaro is going to be way higher. The mineral income is going to be way higher. Eventually, he's just going to win. Risky isn't going to be able to keep up. So I'm guessing Risky's going to take what he can.
This harassment here by Risky with these 3 roaches is just perfect. Killing 3 drones already and denying complete mining here. He's like 100 minerals or 150 minerals away from breaking through this gold wall as well. He was so close. But there is going to be enough roaches there and queens there to possibly push that back.
Yeah, Risky needs to get up this ramp and get the concave. Decent biles there, pushing it back. Looks like we're going to have to see a little roach on roach skirmish here as well. Those 2 roaches are going to go down. But yeah, decent harass, stopping some mining time. You know, this is how Risky gets back in this game, is those little edges, you know. Or he takes a really good corrosive bile and he can get back in this. But as I said, Figaro's slowly itching out that lead on 3 bases here.
Oh yeah, for sure. But as soon as this +2 weapons hits, it's going to be so good for Risky, because he's nearly finished.
Figaro's +2 is going to be finished before Risky's. Be finished way before Risky's. Oh no, it's been corrupted, so it looks like it's stopped. Look at that! I didn't know that.
Come on, man, follow the game. You're meant
I
to be
did not know that.
Here. But
there we go. So the +2 is going to
lead to a really good engagement out of Risky here. With that +2 weapons, it makes such a difference. With 2-1, makes it even better for Risky, and it is just seconds away from finishing now. And it looks like Figaro wants to take the engagement.
32 roaches and 8 ravagers versus 42 roaches and 4 ravagers. So yeah, right now it's a pretty even fight. It's who gets a better concave right now with the upgrades. That's some good biles there by Figaro. Oh, and a little roach counterattack here as well. I was wondering where the rest of those were. They are going to get in. They're going to do some damage. That's going to force Risky to multitask here, and he's going to get hit by some more biles. He really can't be losing roaches like that. The supply difference now heavily in the favor of Figaro. These roaches still running around. Looks like Risky's decided to, hey, I'm just going to go for it, but you're going to end up fighting up a ramp into Ravages, which is not good here. Risky does manage to clear up the little roach sort of side attack into his main, not getting too much damage. Again, just picking off what they can. But again, you know, Risky just abusing this gold base now, which is probably the smartest thing you can do
I
at this
think
point.
this is a very smart move here because he's denying mining and he can start to bile down this base here without really any threat from FIGARO, apart from him running completely past this army and going for the natural here.
Yeah. Yeah, good couple of drones killed there as well. Risky actually ahead in drones, catching production. Now that he's managed to kill that third base, that's really, really good. But look at this roach counterattack. There's only a few handful of roaches here for Risky. They are going to fight up a ramp, which is going to be a little bit advantage. He's going to lose his roach
here out of Risky.
That's huge. He's going to sandwich these. He needs to kill all these roaches because he's lost his roach warren now, which does mean a big difference. And now we see the army of FIGARO running in. He can't make roaches. This is devastating for Risky here. If FIGARO pushes this edge, he might actually win this game just here and now.
Risky has to take the engagement of his life here, lose as few roaches as possible until that roach warren is
really
completed.
good. Gave great biles.
The biles are beautiful here.
Biles, that is absolutely managed to punish FIGARO's attack here. Even though he can't reinforce with roaches, he doesn't need to. He's cleaned up an attack in the north. He's cleaning up this attack in the south. He's got 3 bases versus FIGARO's 2. Even though he's now making roaches again, he's cleaned it up. He's pushed it back. Risky way in the driving seat this game now. That is
Risky,
an absolute
man.
incredible
Those
play.
were some engagements from heaven there. He could not have hoped for that to go down. That's going to be GG. It was that good. FIGARO's just going to tap straight out. The Nissan FIGARO is gone out of game 2 there. Oh.
Nissan FIGARO.
I can't think of him in any other way now.
He should team change.
It is, yeah.
Team Nissan, all the way.
He needs the Nissan tag now, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But I'm sure some
Yeah,
French people have taken it.
Yeah, get some sponsorship money from Nissan. Running wild, that would be. Absolutely.
I don't think they even produce all the FIGAROs.
Yeah, no idea. Probably not. It'd be sat in someone's collector's garage somewhere. Someone will want one eventually. The guy's sitting there praying. You know, he spent a lot of money back in 1987 on the car.
Jeez,
we'll see. But yeah,
honest, as a guy of FIGARO's age, like mid-20s, why would you even think of naming yourself after that? Such a meme car from a different age, almost. It's a strange one. It's a strange one. But
who knows?
Hey, it's funny all the same, to be honest.
It is. It's great here. So 2-0 up. Little bit unexpected, to be perfectly honest. I thought FIGARO would have had that second game locked down, but really good engagement from Risky there, just edging out that victory. Well played from both players so far. I think we can see 7 games here. I think because both games have been kind of even.
Yeah, there's just been slight mistakes. Has always put Risky ahead, and that's what the experience of Risky really shows there, because Risky has been going all out for 5 years or so, and FIGARO not so much. He's been taking a bit further back, and he's not been trying to win as much as Risky has. And Risky used to be not the greatest of players. You can look back at like 2016, and it's like, hey, I'm losing 0-3 to Gamer Richie. I lost 0-3 to Mystic, sort of thing, or Mythic. Always get those two confused because they've got such similar names. Mystic and Mythic. Both Terrans, both called Tom.
Nice.
Yes, very confusing. But yeah, I mean, let's get into the game real. So, spawning down the bottom left-hand side, currently trailing 2 maps, needs to fight in this third one for his life here. He is our red Zerg player, representing TSI. He is FIGARO.
And in the top right, we do have the blue Zerg, currently 2-0 up. It is Risky. I love the Total Biscuit flag as well. Love it.
Yeah, it's pretty
Look
great
at
with the UK
Look how
flag.
beautiful that is.
Yeah, Risky's always like repping the UK flag on all of his like profiles and everything like that. It's always like the Nation Wars UK flag, and now it's the Total Biscuit UK. So I think this one's a bit cleaner than, because it is just the UK flag with the hat on it.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing about Total Biscuit, right? That man can drink. Yeah, I've watched him polish off a bottle of Grey Goose before. Like, to himself, absolutely fine. and actually walk afterwards. He was fine. I don't understand. It's part of his. It must have been part of his DNA. Just absorbed alcohol, no problem whatsoever. What a great man, and you know, I don't mean to bring the tone down a little bit, but what a great man, and it's a shame he's not with us anymore. But
Yeah,
you know, his legend lives on through StarCraft, I think.
Oh, of course. It's the same with
In Control.
with In Control. Thank you. His
Yeah.
name slipped my mind all of a sudden because that's been. Ooh, it's been what, a half a year now since since he passed.
Ooh, I don't know, to be perfectly honest with you.
I think it was September, or was it July? It's sometime around then. It could have been even a year ago nearly now.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure. It's quite sad to dwell on, so it's hard to remember all these.
True
these
legends,
dates.
anyway. True legends. And
exactly.
They've left their mark on a lot of people. And yeah, having the sort of, do you know what I like as well? It's just the little bits that Blizzard have added as well, so you can get the commentator packs for both of them, and you know, as we've seen the top hat with the British flag as well, just really nice touches. But back into the game, pretty normal
As
so
I was
far.
saying,
No
I was
12
like-
balls.
Yeah, no 12 pools. It's just going to be macro games again here, and it's going to be a lot more of a standard map. And as I was saying, I'm quite scared to get too hyped. This UKSC2 hoodie is very warm.
Yeah.
If I get too hyped before the final game, I'm just going to die, I think. It'll be too much for me, but I think both of our players here can bring some amazing games coming forward. Because maybe, as you want to see, you could see a Game 7. But, you know, Risky is playing so well here, and I'm not going to hide that I am a very biased commentator. I think everyone knows that by now that has watched me. I am quite a biased commentator. When I commentate, I commentate till I watch. I have my heart on my sleeve, sort of thing. Oh, some good micro here out of FIGARO with these 2 Ling battles here.
Yeah.
Able to focus down singular Lings, able to kill them off. Risky winning in the end with superior numbers, able to defend his third base. And also putting a lot of pressure onto FIGARO's third base, meaning he's got a nice, healthy Ling lead here, as he's not lost any to FIGARO 3. So this is quite impressive here for Risky so far, and he's going to go into quite a lot of Lings here, hopefully a lot of Banes here, as we do see the Bane Nest finish here, and it's not even finished yet for FIGARO.
No, not just yet, but it is going to be by the time this attack lands. Looks like 4 Banelings instantly morphing, so he feels the attack coming. Not a lot of Lings here at the moment, so Risky's going to take the advantage. He hasn't aggressive Banes. He is going to go for the kill, but FIGARO's already making. Yeah, this could do damage here, but it looks like FIGARO's just able to hold it off enough. Those Banelings are still out of position. Risky using this as a good excuse to scout as well.
All these Banes
more and more
mineral
Lings.
lines here. This could be everything gone here. But FIGARO spots it just in time, and it's going to minimize the damage greatly.
Yeah, so good use of Banes there, good spreading, getting some decent trades with the Lings as well. Risky, that was a really well attack, good timed attack as well, denying mining time, getting some drones, and he's he's pulling ahead here, 43 workers to 29 now. And
that's an incredible lead.
Ahead on army as well, so he's got some Lings and some Banes at home ready.
Yeah, it's this is really well done by Risky so far. The only thing he's lacking in is a layer right now, which FIGARO started now, which means he can get Baneling speed. With Baneling speed, just puts the Ling Bane phase at a complete stop, because you just cannot micro versus speed Banes in any way. You've instantly got to go to Roaches or you just die.
Yeah, I mean, some of the best, no matter what RTS game you play, some of the best upgrades in the game are always to make your units faster. If you've got the option to make your unit faster,
range.
Yeah, exactly. Faster and range, no matter what the game is, whether it's Command and Conquer, Age of Empires, StarCraft, those are usually the upgrades to get. And you do see a Ling sneaking in here as well. And if he micros it, he's going to get a full scout on Risky. Oh, he does see the layer timing as well, so he's going to know what is up. And the first couple of Roaches on the way out now as well. But it looks like FIGARO's going into a more melee-heavy style with that +1 upgrade. I'm not sure what he's planning here. Maybe quick... Oh, Spire. There we go. There's the tech choice.
First is the Ravengers. Now that's melee, it's melee, my friend. Melee. French word. Melee. There's an accent over the E. It's melee. Now I sound like a pretentious
There's no accent in the StarCraft code.
My God, it is melee.
Melee.
Melee. Oh my God, but Oh, Risky with a stray queen out here, doing a little nowhere, and no Risky is a play. That's got to be a little bit frustrating there, because that's no more injects there, and just in his head, it's like, what's going on? What am I doing? Such an idiot sort of thing. That's what he'll be saying here. But these banelings actually not taking advantage of the lack of response here out of FIGARO.
No. Oh, on the lava.
Oh, that was really nice, killing off all of those.
He's going to get a few.
This is so much damage right here.
But it looks like FIGARO cleaning up the third base here, but Risky's roaches are piling in now, and he's going to have to do everything he can to stop this, because Mutalisks are still not on the way. The Spire's not
That's
even
going to be
Risky
GG.
with the 3-0.
Yeah, one map away from 4-0ing his way to absolute championship, which means so far in the playoffs, he won't have dropped a map. He did drop a map in the group stages to Savage in another ZVZ, so he is definitely
keep bringing that up,
here.
yeah. I think
of course, I am
Risky,
an evil
mentioned
commentator.
that.
There is a reason why
between
Blizzard has
going.
never asked me to commentate, because I am biased, I'm savage, I'm awful.
Savage in the chat right now is like, yeah, that's me. Yeah, I'm the guy.
Yeah, I'm here.
He casually
I just do that hashtag
FIGARO,
thanks
but me, nah.
I need to thank Savage in the chat, please, everyone.
Thanks,
That's
Savage.
what I need right now. Thanks, Savage, for taking a game off Risky, doing what no other man can do. And I believe that was with a 12-pool drone.
Nice.
Did you cast that series?
No, it was me.
Who was it? It was Spacey Maisie, I think, that cast that with Razza. Yeah, it was Razorblade of Spacey Maisie that casted that.
Yeah.
It was on Nightshade. Crazy game.
But we're going into game number 4 here. Zen. This could be a very quick final. This could be the final game.
It's a very short rush distance, but you'll often see a lot of Zergs walling off that, like the front entrance. But yeah, I think you're right. This isn't the greatest map for Zerg, but I guess that gets completely nullified when both players are Zergs.
True. Yeah, it's kind of this is Zerg favored in a Zerg versus Zerg.
This is a Zerg, it's a Zerg favored matchup because Zerg will always win.
Yeah, 100% win rate.
100% win rate, but at the same time, 100% loss rate.
That's true.
Yeah, anyway,
that's a perfect balance.
It's perfect balance, as all things should be.
Talking of balance, the one player that isn't balanced in this UK StarCraft scene, in the top right, we do have the blue Zerg, which is Risky.
Yeah, representing that Block Sport Lions. And spawning down the bottom left-hand side, representing TSI, he is FIGARO. Really needs to bring himself back into the series here, because as Risky's been saying, FIGARO is the scariest opponent for him. And he's not really been doing that justice.
No. I mean, that's legit as well. That's not like sarcasm or anything. Legit, like
maybe it is. They are very good friends. Could be.
Maybe. But if anyone could take a game off Risky, it's Savage. I mean, FIGARO.
Whoa, you were telling me off for bringing it up.
I thought I'd be part of the boys club, I thought I'd join in.
I want to be one of them!
I want to be one of the boys, come on. Where's my bright red and blue hoodie? Come on. What's going on here?
You should have bought one at the time, okay?
I didn't know you at the time.
For everyone, okay?
You can't hold that against me. I don't have a time machine. Ooh, okay. That's new.
I quite like this. This is quite interesting because we have seen the minerals being removed on Zen as of this season and it's been replaced with rocks on the other side. So we can actually do a hatchery block, which means we could have a 2-base sort of wall in here with very few.
The problem is there's a little gap just there.
There's a little gap. Risky's going to take advantage of that, and the unit's going to be very, very late out of FIGARO just because of that really early hatchery.
I mean, he's going to hold here with some decent Ling micro and the drones joining in, but again, lost mining time here and Risky, getting a full scout, realizing that he's gone up to 3 hatches, which means, his units a bit lower. This could lend itself to just Risky being really aggressive, but he's putting down a spine, so he's afraid of something.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually,
I'm curious. I'm curious about this one. This is an interesting build. And again, just waltzing into the base. FIGARO not really paying too much attention. Using these lings as a scout, he might get a drone.
Oh, he gets a
That's pretty
drone
good,
as well,
yeah.
and he's able to escape the clutches there.
So again, we see that just that little link
that
down.
single drone is really important there, especially when you're down in workers. You don't want to be losing drone. Cancels the layer, goes straight to a roach warren. Was this the plan all along?
Yeah, I think it's just get early sort of roaches off free base. You're going to have a couple of extra lava over your opponent. So if he does the timing absolutely perfectly, then it will lead to a decent bit of damage. However, with the defender's advantage and Risky using his queen aggressively, I've seen him do this every single game. This is really clever. And obviously that third base going down at a normal time, as long as he keeps good map control, he's going to count the number of roaches. And I think he's going to be perfectly safe. But we will see. So FIGARO is a much better player than me, so he knows what he's doing. And I'm interested to see what the timing is off the back of this, if there is one. I assume this is building up to some big timing attack, but we'll see.
I think the timing may be a boatload of roaches. I think that might be the timing.
Yeah, the boatload of roaches timing. I mean, he has skipped link speed as well. He's only just getting it now.
If we had Port Alexander still in the map pool, that would have been a perfect pun. Just a boatload of roaches.
Yeah, and
the door's open again. There's slow
that's
lings on the other side.
Yeah, he needs to be really careful here because he's got a lot of slow lings. So he's going to have a ling advantage, but Risky already making Ravagers at home and some roaches. So he's going to be perfectly fine. He's actually swinging round here as well. If he's not blocked off that, he's going to get the third. And he's blocked off with the queen, so that's really good. But eventually his queen will go down. There is some roaches there, but he don't want to get surrounded. Yeah, so he's going to get the third, which is decent. Just as long as these lings don't do more damage than they need to here. Risky getting a really good surround, actually. And those lings are going to live, so they're going to have free reign over the drones, which is not good news here for FIGARO. And yeah, Risky, even though he's lost his third, in a pretty good position so far. Good drone drilling here to save the drones as well, as these lings come in to clean up.
And the lings have come back home now.
Yeah. So good damage by FIGARO here, to be perfectly honest with you. He needs to establish a third base just for the mining, but it looks like Risky's ready to get aggressive. And to be honest, he can just ping down that hatchery pretty much for free on the other side there, because there's no way lings can get round. So yeah, Risky positioned himself really well here. He's just literally waiting for the lings to come out. He's blocked that. Look at that wall there of lings.
On the bile as well.
Down. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And FIGARO's SimCity here working really badly against him. He's going to lose the hatchery, and there's literally nothing he can do about it. There's literally nothing. Risky has got him contained for his own SimCity. So as soon as that hatchery goes down, I suspect we're going to see a bit of an attack from both players, and this could be the game-ending timing here. But the army supply is heavily in favor of Risky right now. Drone supply in favor of FIGARO, but he's only mining off 2 bases. Good block.
This is not looking good here for FIGARO at all.
No. Yeah, Risky's got a lot here. Those lings are going to act as such a good DPS cushion for Ravagers. The bile's going down. The lings fighting on the drones here. They need to get involved in this fight because that's still a lot of roaches. Spine crawler in the back. It's going to help a little bit, but Risky moving in for the kill now. He's completely surrounded by roaches. There is nowhere for FIGARO to go. The lings are still in the fight. There is a lot of weak roaches here, but they're still alive, and that's what matters. And they are going to actually manage to repel these Ravagers just for now. But good damage there by Risky.
More and more roaches and lings streaming across the map. We could be seeing the very final moments here of FIGARO. But we do actually see him pushing back.
Get surrounded.
Such low health. The ling
they're going to get surrounded though, and that's the worst thing that can happen.
Genuinely, the biles are good though. They do push back these roaches here, and these Ravagers are going to start to pick up in really good numbers here. They have better range, they have better damage here. But actually, the damage is actually really good here for FIGARO on the lower health Ravagers here, and the more expensive even.
Yeah.
With FIGARO with his +1 range.
Actually, pretty even now. That was I was FIGARO shouldn't chase there. The lings are going to surround you. But he knew the numbers. He knew exactly what he needed to do. It looks like he is going to +2 attack now, which is going to help. Risky didn't re-establish his third base either. So obviously that's not great. He was just focusing on sort of roach production. His upgrades are behind, I believe, as well. So
started, and FIGARO's +2 has already started.
Yeah. So it's all a bit odd, this game, to be honest. I mean, I thought Risky...
Maybe it was a mistake not pulling the trigger completely here and just constantly going all in. Maybe that was a mistake here by Risky, because he looked so vulnerable there, FIGARO. I was ready to call him out.
Yeah.
But here it looks like FIGARO actually has a lead right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I mean, look at the drone count. 40, while Risky's at 28, and eventually, you know, those bases out. He hasn't even got full saturation on his natural either. Third base only just being established. He's slightly ahead in army, but again, with defender's advantage and that upgrade advantage, it's going to make a massive difference. And again, he's walling off. I mean, I don't like the wall off here, simply because now your army's going to have to go into a choke, which is not good. But this has been a really
he might have to kill off these rocks here. Oh no, he does cancel. I think he was expecting a big attack there by Risky. And it actually is going to come here, but I think it might be too late. The +2 weapons and the +1 carapace is probably going to finish before this fight even takes place here. And that's going to be massive here by FIGARO.
Yeah, so obviously Risky there, just sort of working out where the army is. He's going to get... I think he's going to force a fight here, just so he gets rid of that third. Good pick off the first Ravager there, but that's a lot of lanes. Good engagement. You don't want to get surrounded here. The upgrades are good, but those bios and those lings are going to work really well together there. Risky doing an excellent job of surrounding FIGARO's
and the upgrades aren't finished here. Roaches are dying left, right, and center. Are we going to see the end of FIGARO right here? More
he needs to wait for that upgrade. There we go. Upgrades are finished, but the Risky roach count is slightly higher. Just those roaches waiting to pop as well. As soon as they do, he's going to be able to engage, knowing that he is in head. The +1 upgrades as well on the armor is going to really help, but Risky raining down. Risky's now established his third base. FIGARO again falling behind, but we're about to see the final fight of this series, I think. And Risky doing a really good job of those biles, but the roach count is actually really, really high for FIGARO, but he just can't get the area.
They keep landing on these roaches again and again and again, but there's so many roaches here for FIGARO. He's just going to jump on this. Risky's left running here. He's so scared. He was not expecting this many roaches, otherwise he would have hightailed it long ago.
Ouch. Ouch.
Really good
Needs
biles
to watch out for those biles. Yeah, Risky doing a really, really good job. The biles and the link surrounds are the thing that's keeping Risky in this game right now. And yeah, as the third base is established, the third base is rebuilding for FIGARO. It's like we're seeing sort of like 5-minute ZVZ for the past 10 minutes, you know? It's always like low roach counts and just build up, build up, build up.
This game is on a knife's edge for sure, and it has been for a
those lings are actually going to get in as well. There's going to be not much to stop. Yeah, they're going to do a lot of damage here. This is going to force FIGARO to go all in, I believe. He is going to clean it up, but he's lost 4 or 5 drones and a lot of mining time. You don't want to fight up a ramp against those biles. It's risky. You've got to be so careful against those biles.
Yeah, he's definitely looking for some kind of entrance. He wants to leverage his advantage big time here. So he is going to take the longer round, but he's going to take so many biles here.
Yeah.
This is really going to weaken his Ravager count here.
Yeah, look how soft those roaches are as well right now. 26 roaches, 7 Ravagers versus 9 roaches, 10 Ravagers. So, you know, FIGARO has got a large roach lead here, but the Ling's just keeping him busy at home as well. That third base still doesn't have any mining. We've seen a big engagement here. Decent concave by FIGARO, but good biles again by Risky. But that's a lot of upgraded roaches coming in. That's a lot of upgraded roaches right now, and this fight is going one way and one way only, I think. No matter what happens here, this should be the end of the game. Risky's roach count slowly lowering, but good biles keeping him in. Ravager count still very high, and he's managed to push it back.
Are you sure, BMU?
I'm not sure anymore. I'm not sure of anything anymore. I'm not sure of anything anymore.
This game will not end. I've been wanting to call it in Risky's favour so long, and then FIGARO comes wants to call it in his favour, and now look.
Yeah, it's Risky did a really good job. The biles and the surrounds with the lings made this, you know, as good as it was. Both players on such a low worker count. That's the thing. They're both on 30 workers. Mains are practically mined out. It's a bit of a crazy game right now.
for sure. There is no taking out of this, not on this such low drone count. And, both players are forced into this sort of, arms race where, FIGARO needs to get more roaches to leverage his advantage here. Risky needs to build more roaches so he doesn't die,
Yeah. I just don't like Risky. It must be his position, his micro, and his biles, because the army of FIGARO is, on paper, is way better. They're 2-1 roaches, and there's more of them. I don't know how Risky is hanging in here.
The one thing that Risky has been doing incredibly well, consistently this whole game, is his biles. They've always connected every time. Whenever he needs it to connect, they'll connect.
Another little Ling run by here. Risky doing such a good job of these little attacks. But look at that. FIGARO ready for it this time. Couple of roaches in here, but you don't want to push up this ramp into that many Ravagers. It's going to do a lot of damage.
Ravagers.
Yeah,
it's
Ling's
like
doing a
5
really
roaches.
good job here. Yeah, and they're going to carry on running in as well. So, Risky managing to, take good engagements, do good biles, force bad positioning, and these little Ling run bys to keep FIGARO on his toes. By all means, most Zergs in this position should have lost by now, but Risky hanging on in there.
Yeah, and he's still not going for those upgrades at all. He has an Evo chamber, but he's not even thinking about getting these upgrades there. Look at these biles, they're always so good. They're always good at pushing back FIGARO. He just doesn't want to walk into these biles. Look at how many biles are going down. It's just raining biles.
God, yeah. Risky taking the Ravager lead by a mile here, but look at all those biles coming down. It's really
there's so many
split in
roaches
there
by FIGARO. There's a lot more roaches than...
there is a lot, yeah. But those biles, absolute money right now. As long as he dodges them, but they're just constant. He can't physically push past that many biles, especially with the Lings in production as well. But the roach count is seriously high. He just needs to break that front line, and he can't. As soon as those Lings are down, though, that's going to give him good surrounds, and the biles just keep coming. Risky doing such a good job. FIGARO cannot physically engage this army.
Risky getting a bit overconfident here, though. He's pushing out, and there's a big flank going on. And Risky's going to use the extra maneuverability and the extra range of these.
This is what you needed.
Really
this is what you
advantage.
needed. Yeah, this is exactly what FIGARO needed. They need to spread round, trap those Ravagers, and that's it. GG. That's what he's waiting for. He's waiting for those wings to go down so he can get that surround without being forced into biles. My God, Risky held on for so long there.
Risky's is no longer got the perfect playoffs. He's dropped a map. I don't know what to say.
So Savage, you're not in the exclusive club anymore, mate.
You're not in that club anymore. FIGARO is now officially the second best player in the UK after taking a map off Risky.
And obviously being in the grand finals with him as well.
Oh yeah, of course.
Let's not forget that small fact.
Let's not forget that small feat, of course, after beating in a very close series Matt. Damn.
Yeah. So game number 4 is going to be Everdream.
It is indeed.
Interesting so far. I'm going to have to go watch that replay because I can't understand how Risky held that for so long. Like, he was down in workers, he was down in supply, he was down in production, he was down in upgrades, he was down in roaches, but those bios just kept him in there. So just incredible. Just both players absolutely putting on a great show here. I'm really happy he's going to at least a game 4.
Oh yeah, I'm glad it's not.
Game 5?
I'm glad we've got a series here. So we've got more than 4 games. It's quite good. And we're gonna go into at least game 5 after this. So it'll be good to see more of these players there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's 3-1, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, sorry, excuse me. I'm thinking it's a best of 5 for some reason in my head. But yeah, it is gonna be game 6. We're gonna go to at least.
And both players not making drones.
No, but the man that we're going to possibly see take us to maybe game 7, maybe, is our man spawning down in the bottom right-hand side. Excuse me, bottom left-hand side. We have our Red Zerg versing TSI. He is FIGARO.
And in the top right, currently 3-1 up. We do have the Blue Zerg, Risky.
Both players going full 12.
Are we going to see a very quick game number 5 here?
Well, I think what's going to happen is probably they're both going to make sixlings, expand, realize the other person's made sixlings and expanded, and probably go into a perfectly normal game.
You don't think there's going to be a drone pool?
No, not on this map. No, it's 100% going to get scouted because of the overlord pathing, and also the distance between them is just huge. But I'm usually completely wrong, so we'll see. Nope, that was the expansion for Risky.
Make a drone pool here.
Yeah, no expansion yet for FIGARO. Okay, FIGARO. I'm sorry, but FIGARO loses this. 100%. This is a build order. Because Risky's, what's going to happen is Risky's going to bump into this, realize, and he's going to have a queen and wings at home ready. Yeah, he's already realized with the overlord. Yeah.
That's That is a £100. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, pretty much. So
that's a 75.
He has turned around with his drones, so that's probably you managed to get the cancel naturally, so that's a big deal. But there was at least 30 seconds where no drones were mined, so FIGARO a little bit behind, I would say. But
he let the spine crawler finish though. That's big.
Yeah.
That is big.
Yeah. So not obscenely far behind. The right thing to do there was pull the drones back, because as you've seen, it was going to be a build or loss by the FIGARO there. But so far, we're gonna. He's making another spine. Wow, Risky really respecting FIGARO here, not wanting to take any sort of chances. I think when he sees that hatchery though, he's probably going to cancel the spine and just sort of go, okay, yeah, we'll play macro again, then that's fine. But both players are going to have to make some pretty critical choices here. Oh, overlay, apparently.
Oh,
No.
I was sat all the way back as well. I'm like, oh, we're in game. I'm gonna sit back. Oh
No. We just
I feel
commentated
bad
on
now.
the
It's
on
like
the
one
greatest
game.
opening.
The one game where I sit back. Oh,
At least
like
you
I
are
went
picking your
full
nose.
lazy mode, like
least you're
lazy
picking
boy
your nose.
chair all the way back. And it's not like
Yeah.
revealing my good side. My like double chin when I lit down like that isn't really my best side.
I can't believe there's like one.
Now I
of the
can't
most-
trust Exo at all. I'm constantly have to see, is he switched over? Is he switched over?
Yeah, he would have done. He would have done. Yeah.
He said thank you, Walk. Yeah.
But you know what? We've done such a good job of casting that. Both players knew exactly what happened. All the viewers knew
Yeah.
right now.
That's a good point. No thanks to me. All thanks to you.
I just talk too much. So everybody, it's like, this drone's now mining. Yeah, this drone. Some lava hatching. That's all I do. I just tell what's on the screen. That's about as good as I get. A lot of links here by FIGARO though, but Risky is got a lot of links as well. Not as many though, only 9. So we're going to see the move out here. The speed is going to finish. There's a lot of queens ready to make a wall though, so these lings aren't going to really do any sort of damage right now. The jog is up. I think he meant jig.
The jig is
The
up.
jog is up. Yeah.
Risky is completely prepared here. He's got his queen position as a spine crawler. He's got his own links. He's even going to re-wall behind. He even killed off the creep tumor in preparation. This is really good play here.
Yeah, the rear wall was absolutely necessary, but there's still a lot of lings here. But the little broodlings that pop out of those are going to do a lot of damage. But he's got another wall ready. The queen, there's now 5 queens. A lot of lings ready as well. By the time these lings break through, there's going to be a ling army waiting for them. And
there
he's
it
just
is. Risky's going to take it 4-1. He's going to win the UKSC2 League Championship with the £200+ prize pool there. Oh, sorry, first place prize. The prize pool is nearly $800 in there. It's a crazy amount of money in there.
The pound to dollar is really, really good for the players right now. Dollars. So that's
when you put it that
money.
way, yeah, it is. But
yeah,
it's an incredible amount of donations on the Matcherino page. And if you'd like to see more of that, you can go to !Matcherino. That'd be amazing to see some of your support before the final payout for these guys, because any support is amazing. Because I think for first place at the moment, it is currently at $272, which is in real money
About £272 right now.
214-ish.
That's not bad, is it?
No,
So-
218, 200 nearly 19 pounds for first place, which is quite incredible. But it
Yeah.
also passes down to the top 8, which means that, 5th to 8th gets $20, which is, God only knows, which is 16 quid. So it passes down all the way, not just to Risky. Risky doesn't take all the money. It's including the guys like Zane, Teeple, Asta, even guys like Matt Mystic. They also get part of that Matt Chirino donation. But it'd be amazing to see your support over there. But yeah, I think we had a little bit of an announcement if EXO is ready.
Yeah, well, first of all, big congratulations to everyone that played in the 2 League as well. Congratulations, qualified, that got stages even, that especially got through. Big congrats to Risky, Mystic, Matt, and FIGARO making those top 4 spots as well. Big congratulations. Nice prize pool. Thank you so much for everyone that's tuned in and put it on. And now the announcement. So I'm going to stay quiet.
Those are already in the UKSC2 League Discord, which you can find by going to the chat and in exclamation point Discord, or just ask Wok. He'll give you that link straight away. It's even on our UKSC2 League, UKSC2 Twitter page as well. It's also on there as well if you want to check that out at the direct link. It'd be amazing to see you in there. But the guys that are already in there have already seen the yet unannounced thing channel, which I'm quite happy to announce is going to be the Quarantines, the UKSC2 Quarantines. If you want to pop up that, it's a great name. Molten gave us that name. It was beautiful. And it's going to be a little team league. It's going to be 4 teams of 3 people facing off. So those that have already signed up for it, thank you very much. But you can find that sign up link in the yet unannounced thing channel in the UKSC2 Discord. And they'll give you a direct link to the sign up page. So in about a week's time, I'll get all the team captains, which are going to be our top 4 here, which will be Risky, Figaro, Mystic, and Matt. There are 4 team captains, and they will choose from 3 different players in a GSL sort of group stage announcement sort of thing. So they each take turns in taking them. And first place gets a chance to swap a player, but because they choose last, they get that extra little nice thing for them, I guess. And it's going to come from a list of signups. So if you want to get yourself signed up again in that yet unannounced thing channel, it'd be amazing to see your sign up in there. And that means those 4 players can choose from you for their team. And each series win is £10. So that could mean if your team goes 3-0, that's 30 quid they've just won, sort of thing. And that's going to be distributed between the players as well.
Awesome. So anyone can sign up, or?
Anyone can sign up. It's just down to being picked by the team captains again.
Oh no, it's like school again.
It's
It's like school again. Oh.
It is, yeah. It's amazing. It's a popularity con. So it'd be amazing if you could all yet again sign up. I know I've said this for the 5th time, but sign up for it in the UKSC2 League, the UKSC2 Discord. Please join. It'd be amazing to see your names on that list.
Yeah, everybody should sign up, and you know what? If you take part, you take part. If you don't, you don't. You can sit here and watch the games. It's going to be incredibly fun, whether you're in it or watching it or tweeting about it or whatever. But again, another fantastic, league and prize pool put on. I'm assuming by yourself.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah. Oh my god, I've just seen the logo. It's beautiful. So beautiful.
It is beautiful. I like the
beautiful.
bio.
I made it myself at about 3 o'clock yesterday.
I love it.
It's like, I didn't want to make it too insensitive, but it looks good in the end. It looks pretty good.
It does look good. Yeah. You got to be careful. There's a bit of a knife people's feelings right now, but you know what? If we can make fun from it, and give some players some money as well, let's do it.
Yeah, exactly. Just a little bit of money to keep them going through the quarantine times where people might not get as much money as normal, but hey, I want to give a little bit of help out there for the UK scene while we're all stuck at home twiddling our thumbs, or not if you're BMU, going out working every day.
Well, going in working
Essential
every day at the moment.
Essential worker.
Yeah, something like that. But no, it's been an amazing league so far, and obviously there's even more UK StarCraft to look forward to. So when's this kicking off?
So I'll get signups in for this week, and then possibly next week, depending on how signups go. And then following week, I'll give out the signup list, and we'll do a stream then of who's picking what. Hopefully, we can get a Discord call together, and we'll stream that.
Oh,
and then in the following weeks, we'll play out the games, and we'll probably cast them from replays. Depends on how everyone's scheduled.
So it'll be like the FA Cup sort of picking, will it? Like we pick him up.
Yeah, in a sense.
This team's going to be versus this team. Yeah, it'll be like a draft.
Yeah, and it'll be an all-kill as well. So it'll be 3 players versus 3 players. So, best of 5 matches, I think it is. Mm-hmm. It should be some really good stuff. And, we might see a Razorblade of Risky, Zane, Teeble, 4 really strong players there that could all be together in a single team together and just dominate.
I've got a feeling that they won't do that. I've got a feeling that they're going to kind of spread out a little bit, claim some glory.
With 4th place being Matt being able to pick first, maybe he might want to pick Razorblader or one of those top players very, very soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So going to be a cool format. I'm looking forward. Yeah, get yourself signed up. You never know. You might get picked up and it might be your way in. Your way into fame.
Yeah, exactly.
Some money.
Get your name in there and that UKSC2 stuff. I keep wanting to say League every time I say it. UKSC2 League. No, it's not. It's just UKSC2. UKSC2 League is done for. It's over. This is the final day over. What am I going to do days and days now?
I know. What am I going to do
Exo,
Monday, Sunday, and Thursday?
What's EXO going to do? What are you going to do? Because you've been turning up most of these nights now whenever people drop out. Exo's going to play more StarCraft. He's going to play another 25 games before he goes to bed tonight. And I'll probably do another 50 tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play some StarCraft, rage quit at something bullshitty, and then go and play Call of Duty. But I think we've babbled on enough. I think we've give all the announcements. Any sort of thank yous you want?
So what was that? Sorry,
Any sort of thank yous or shout outs you want to give?
Of course, big one to EXO. He's been here since day one. I don't think he's missed a single night at all, apart from one of the qualifiers. I think.
Terrible.
When
no commitment.
Raza did it. It was pretty ghetto. But apart from that, EXO's been here every single night. He's done an awesome job, and he's always kept the stream running. Of course, he had the hiccup tonight on the final night, but yeah, amazing thank you to ExoLightning, who doesn't actually have any socials, but you can find him on the UKSC2 Discord. Also, thanks to you, Said. You can find you over at SE Butter Me Up on Twitter.
Yeah. Or BMU.
I believe you're in the UK Discord as well.
Yeah, BMU on StarCraft.
BMU, yeah. And then, of course, follow the UKSC2 on Twitter, which is helped out by myself and Wok. Big shout out to Wok as well. He's been doing the stream titles and the tweets for today. Really big thank you to him and everyone else that's been watching and everyone that's competed as well. Big love to all of you. And hopefully we'll see you for the UK StarCraft team. See you then.
See you then.
I think EXO's going to play us out.